Hello, I'm Gary. Gary the GooBoy. Gary, why do you have a giant title on your screen right now? Listen, I'm big because I have big news. What's the big news? I'll announce it in a bit once more people join. But it's gonna be a big update. Let me just walk over here. We gotta talk about a few things. There's been a few announcements about Path of Exile, and we're gonna acknowledge them. How's everyone doing today? JWJ, hello. Cafefe, hi, you're here early. Not used to seeing you this early, or if you do, you're a lurker. All right, so let's jump over to this screen, and I'm guessing. There we go. Oh, that's me. Hello. Hold on, I gotta fix this here. This is what I wanted. So first we have to look at this. And this is going to be what we watch first. It's an announcement about Path of Exile. We got new things going on. Oh my goodness gracious. Do you still stream on Twitch? Yes, JWJ. All the time, every single day, baby. Hold on, I just got to breaking the fourth wall a little bit. You know what? It's necessary. Of course. Yes, I still stream every day. E-potato. Yes. All right. So, what are we going to watch first? Well, oh, whoops. I just watched that entire thing. I wasn't even paying attention. So, there's been an announcement on the thing. I haven't seen anything. I've just had the video up. And we also have a, not a reaction, but I've seen this video. It's a 17-minute long video by a guy named Epoch Builds talking about League starters. And he's wrong about a lot of things. So, we're just going to kind of clarify some false rumors in the community. But yeah, let's look at this first. It's going to be cool. What's the new announcement? What's the new trailer? I don't know. I don't even know the name of this league. It's, what is it? August expansion name reveal. Okay, I don't know what it is. I know that yesterday they announced on Twitter that there are going to be oils in this game that you can use to anoint mirrored amulets. That is the only clue we have. I don't know what that means. There's some rumors that there is some speculation that the new league is going to be based on mirrored items. I don't know if that's true or not, but this is kind of what I've heard mumbling. So we're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch it together. Let's go. Wow, that is loud. I see water. Path of Exile. Oh my god, it is Mirror League. Leg of Calandra. Wow. Okay, so live reveal. August 11th at 1 p.m. And the new league starts at August 19th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. PTD. Okay, so here's the thing. I work Pacific time. I work until 3:15 p.m. Pacific time, and I don't start my stream until 4:30. What we're probably going to do is stick to starting at 4:30, and I'll just go from there. Unfortunately, I can't get either day off early. Both of my coworkers are on vacation, and I didn't even think that the league would start at this time, so I didn't reserve anything, so I'm stuck at work. But oh boy, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna do, so this live reveal thing, this is everything. This is the video. Okay, so the manifesto is coming next week, and then the week after they have the live reveal stream, right? August 11th. So how that's gonna work is that they're gonna have a big video, right? Like a 20-25 minute video explaining everything about the new league, and then they have patch notes. So I am not gonna see anything here. I'm gonna go blind. I'm going off the radar, because I work until I basically start the stream at 4:30, right? I'm gonna miss all this. I'm not gonna spoil myself. Everything is gonna be raw. Everything's gonna be super cool reaction. I'm gonna hope nobody spoils it for me. Sweep, buff, sweep, please give it a buff. I'm really hoping that it's gonna be cool. I'm excited for this. August 11th, baby. Super excited. I'm gonna put no spoilers in my stream on the Discord and everything. People are probably gonna spoil me, but whatever. I'm excited. So this is Calandra League. Is there a hint? Is there a voice line? Voice line? Voice line? No voice line? Okay, that's fine. So it's Mirror League. Now, what does that mean? If the anointment thing is any difference, right, or any indication, it seems like Scourge focused on like corruption mechanics, so maybe this is going to focus on mirrored mechanics, so maybe we just mirror everything in this league. I don't know. Maybe they're going to give us like a cheaper mirror option where it's like mirror the item, but it has one tier less of stats or something like that. That'd be an option. Don't I work at a prison? Yes, I work at the medical part of a prison, not in security, just medical. It's my job to dispense people's medications. So in other words, I'm a drug dealer behind bars. I know what you're thinking. Gary, you don't look like a drug dealer. I am. I deal drugs all the time in prison. You get it? All right. Now for the main meat of the stream. The main reason we're here, in that somebody made a video I really didn't like. Oh my goodness. This video. I have watched the entire thing. I don't like its content at all, and we're going to talk about it. This is something I was going to talk about for a while anyway. It's something I definitely wanted to explore, talking about a lot of things people get wrong about League starters in Path of Exile, and luckily this guy has summarized all the things I disagree with into one convenient video. So this is why we're responding to this video. Ooh, Goo Drug Boy, yes. So that's why we're going to talk about this. This isn't to put him down or to say he's a bad YouTuber or anything. That's not true. It's more like he says a lot of, I'm going to kindly describe as antiquated things, or you could cynically describe as old school, like it's outdated. And so we're going to talk about it. Before the queue started. You are so soft-spoken, dude. Depending on what you. Also, can I just say, it bothers me if people aren't. God, if people are gonna have a green screen, is it that like why? Why would you even have a green screen? Or how about this? If you're gonna have a green screen, why not do anything but make it transparent, right? You could like, what if you have like, okay, here's what I would do if I had a low resolution camera like this. I would make a square in the corner of the screen, just like this, and I would have like a fancy border around it I would commission someone for, and in that green, instead of making it transparent and not pretty, make it something so that line outlining your hair like blends into whatever background you have. It could be like something bright, something kind of cool. I feel like that would be so much better than just an outline that like I can see the pixels on his camera, like that outline of his hair. I feel like that could help a lot, and I just don't know why more people don't do that. Or it can be really annoying or really good. And so this video we're going to be talking about today is, quote, Path of Exile top 6 League starter lessons I learned, and boy oh boy does he get a lot wrong. So he has an intro here. He talks about what his kind of expectations are. So lesson 1, this is what he this is what he says. Lesson 1, part 1, play what you enjoy. Part 2, if you enjoy performing well, then choose a proven build. 3, don't play a new skill. I don't think there's anything I could disagree more with than all 3 of these points. These are all bad points. Don't do this, okay? You're talking about his camera. Yeah, I mean, it kind of bothered me. Listen, you can't, listen, when people, okay, I'm going to give you a hint, JWJ. If you ever see a response to me in any video, the first thing you're going to hear is how I look, okay? The first thing you're going to hear is, like, weird comments, like weirdo comments about, like, the way I look or, like, how I sound, like, completely off-topic things. And if people can do that to me, I can do that to other people, okay? It's only fair. So, we're going to be recording this, but it's like, we'll see. Maybe I'll just kind of go over my points and then I'll record it off time, but that's kind of what I'm going at here. Well, we'll record it. Why not? So, lesson 1. The problem I have with play what you enjoy is that you should not be picking builds as a League starter that you think you will enjoy playing. That's a backwards way of looking at it. What you should consider doing when you play a League starter is, what kind of content do I enjoy doing? And then picking a build based on how well it does that content. If the only thing you're interested in is just mapping and you have no interest in killing single target bosses at any point in the league, it's just not your thing. You'll buy the uniques or whatever that drops there, but your interest is in mapping. Well, that kind of build up, well, the build options that open for you are going to be very different than somebody who loves single target bossing, but kind of is whatever at mapping, like Mathel, right? Mathel's a boss killer. If you're a mapper, you're going to look at builds differently. For instance, Animate Weapon all of a sudden becomes a very viable build. The problem with Animate Weapon is that if you fight a boss like Shaper, it's an absolute nightmare to deal with. It's such a low quality of life build. Contrast that with just only mapping with it, and the mapping experience is awesome. It's really fun to play Animate Weapon. He does say the same point you say by the end of the video. Your build should support your strategy, not the other way around. Hisuma, hello, I haven't seen you here before. Well, he does say that, doesn't he? Well, yes, but when I listened to part 1 here, he never said that. I mean, we'll listen to it again in case I'm dumb, and I might be. Hey, you know what? Mistakes happen. I'll own it. It's just I feel like... but what I was going to finish saying is you should consider what kind of content you want to enjoy the most, and content you're like, I'll go a little slower on, right? Like, everybody says they want a fast mapper, probably not realizing that when very good players say they are a fast mapper, we're talking like completing a map in less than a minute. Like, that's fast mapping. And you don't necessarily always need that. I don't know. I'm okay with slower mapping. I'm okay with taking 4 to 5 minutes per map as long as I get my league mechanics done, right? I'm totally cool with that. I want boss killers. That's what I'm interested in. I like killing bosses. That's where I find my fun. So when I play a build I enjoy, quote unquote, I'm really considering a build that can do boss killing and just have a mediocre mapping experience. So my build options are opening up that way and closing in others. I would never play an animate weapon build. I don't like that. Animate weapon is not what I enjoy in Path of Exile. Minion builds, I also don't really enjoy. Minions are great for single target, but have a low quality of life until you get much later in the game, and I like quality of life in my builds, so that's kind of my driving motivation. I like your avatar and formula. Keep up. Much love. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's very nice of you. I don't know what you mean by formula. Are you talking about my YouTube videos? Because I would appreciate that. Otherwise, hi. Welcome. That makes my day. Oh, that's so nice of you. Anyway, let's continue.
For the purpose of this video, I have prepared some educational slides here. So, lesson number 1.
Okay.
As Mr. Rogers would say, be happy and have fun. What do I mean by that?
Okay.
Play what you enjoy.
That sounds like he's not talking about builds. This sounds like he's saying, like, if you don't like minion builds, don't play minion builds. If you don't like hand-casted builds, don't play a hand-casting build. Like, that's what it sounds like he's saying, and I think that's a very wrong way of looking at it. I don't like playing totems, but guess what? If you find a build that has a great boss-killing experience and a mediocre mapping experience, I might play that totem build. Explosive Arrow was a big thing this league, but that was more of a... before Uber bosses were really known kind of deal. Yeah, your YouTube and the way you present the build and idea. Oh, thank you. I think that the actual quality of the content I teach in the YouTube video could improve a little. Like during the Flicker Strike video, I got the leech formula a little wrong and I added it up incorrectly. Stuff like that I wish I could do better on, but the actual presentation, I'm proud of that. I'm glad you said presentation. I'm glad you said presentation and not like the content of it, because it's the content I'm trying to improve on, but the actual presentation I think I nailed. Yeah, I'm very proud of it. Thank you. Oh, so nice. Also, I like your name, Hisuma. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like Hisuma. I'm trying to think of like what comes to mind when I hear that. The only thing that comes to mind. Have you guys ever watched? Okay? I don't know anime that well. What's the name of that show with the blonde kid and he has like a big sword and he goes to like hell or heaven or something, like the angels or whatever, right? Or Grim Reapers. They're all Grim Reapers and they all have like black robes and stuff. What's the name of that show? I forget, but I remember in that show there was like a clown looking guy. The content you can improve and we all learn. Yeah, exactly. Oh, look how positive you are. You're gonna fit in great around here. Bleach, yes, thank you. Okay, so in Bleach, there's this guy, this clown, okay? And this clown, right, he says stuff like, he sounds like a crazy person. And Hisuma, that sounds like something he would say. I don't know, it's been like 20 years since I've seen this stupid show. I don't even know how old it is. I watched it at one point when I was a teenager, and I forgot it ever since. So, thank you for reminding me of a show I haven't seen in a very long time. Gary, what are you talking about? You look like an anime character. No, I look like a GooBoy. I don't look like an anime character. A little. I look a little like an. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do I look like an anime character? Do I look like an anime character to you, motherfucker? I don't think so. Do you guys notice my lower lip? Look at this. Oh wait. Why do I look at my curl on my lip? It's so weird. Welcome to my stream. He's like, oh no, what did I walk into? That broke the fourth wall, I know. Yo, my Yuri is my favorite character, and his voice actor is such a cool guy. What is a my Yuri? Should I Google this? Bleach. Wait, Bleach. My Yuri. Images. Oh yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, there you go. It sounds like something he would say. Yeah, there you go. That's the kind of face I'm imagining. Something weird like that. Yeah, that's totally the guy I was thinking of. Oh, that's weird. Oh my god, he looks different than how I remember. I thought he was more clown-like. I didn't realize he had like a Mega Man look going. I don't know much about anime. I'm sorry. All right, let's get back to the video.
Totems? Don't play an EA totem build. If you don't.
Well, okay, I completely disagree with him there. So he says if you don't like totems, don't play EA totem. That's a very. It's not backward. Oh, hold on. Okay, so he says EA totems. It's not okay. Saying if you don't like totems, don't play EA totems. That's a very. It's not backwards, but it's more so like. It's a very flawed way of looking at builds in Path of Exile. Don't look at EA totems as a totem build. Look at EA totems as it's this kind of content that it excels at, and do you enjoy that content? If you enjoy pushing maps extremely fast and extremely cheapy, if you enjoy pushing maps very fast and very cheaply at League Start, EA Totems are going to be a very satisfying experience. Even if you don't like totems, EA Totems rises above that because it does the content you like very well. I think that is a much more healthy way of looking at builds in Path of Exile. So I don't like, what's a good example? I don't like Lightning Strike. I think it's clunky. I think mechanically it's annoying. I don't like having to have like two of my same attacks go out at once, staying a certain distance away from the boss. These are not fun things for me because again, I like high quality of life builds. That's what I enjoy in Path of Exile. If it doesn't have quality of life, I'm probably not going to play it. If I need more than 3 buttons to press, and it's not a melee build, then I'm probably not going to play it. It's one of those things where you have to have a certain level of tolerance for what you enjoy doing in the game. And if a build, even if a build is incredible and it excels at stuff, you really have to question about whether or not you would even enjoy it. Let's keep going.
Cast for some reason, don't play self-cast. Don't shoehorn yourself into something that you don't enjoy just because you want to play something different this time around, or you want to play something that's the best.
Hold on, I gotta listen to that one more time. Hold on, I gotta summarize my thoughts because I don't know if I could disagree with anyone more in my life.
Into something that you don't enjoy just because.
Hold on, this part.
Don't shoehorn yourself into something that you don't enjoy just because you want to play something different this time around, or you want to play something that's the best, obviously, right? Like if you don't like minions, don't play Skelly Mages. It's that easy. Enjoying what you are doing is very important because if you enjoy what you're doing, you will spend those longer hours grinding and your League Start will end up being better.
Yeah, I don't think that's correct. I don't think. Okay, so he's looking at the results, and he's not looking at the why you enjoy playing a certain build. He's only looking at like, how do I say this? The problem is he's only looking at the end result of enjoying playing the build. That's what he is talking about. And he's ignoring the why that build is fun to play in the first place. When he picks a build because he thinks mechanically it's fun and that's the end all be all. You can give me the most smoothly, or you can give me the highest level of smooth gameplay. You can give me the highest level of quality of life. But if you give me a build that can do that, but only in maps, and the moment you do a single target boss, it falls apart, that is not a good build to me. No, sorry, correction. If you can do that, it's not a fun build for me to play. It can be a good build depending on what you want. If again all you care about is mapping, that would be a great build. But the moment you talk to me and what I want out of the game, if it can't do single target, I'm not going to have fun playing the build, even if it's not intended for that. Oh gosh, I'm burped. Even if it's not intended for that. So I think that is where I like, maybe that's like the kind of the big split between me and him in terms of play what you enjoy versus play the kind of content you enjoy and find a build that can do that content. So for example, let's say you like Blight. Let's say Blight is your end-all be-all. You love tower defense and Path of Exile. You are not going to pick the same builds I do. I never do Blight. I don't care about Blight. I love Ritual. Ritual is my favorite league mechanic in the game that currently exists. My mouse was on the screen the whole time and that kind of annoyed me. I love Ritual. Ritual's a ton of fun. I like shopping at the end of every map. That is a good feeling to me. It might be Expedition, but we'll see. I'm going to pick a build that can do Ritual very easily. It's very fun for me to do that. That's what I enjoy. If a build can't do that, even if it's good in all other aspects, I'm not going to have fun playing it. Even if it's a melee build. If it's a totem build, how do I say this another way? I don't normally play totem builds, but I do love playing melee builds. If you give me two builds, and I love Ritual, right? If you give me two builds, the totem build that excels at Ritual and single target versus the melee build that's a much smoother experience while mapping, but kind of falls apart in Ritual and single target, I'm going to always pick the totem build, even though I don't like totems, because I know I'm going to enjoy playing that more than the melee build, even though on paper, it's a totem build. And I think that's where I think newer players listening to this guy won't realize that difference. You know, you have to pick based on content you enjoy, not on the kind of build that it exists. Like it's a mage. Like that's not what it's about in Path of Exile. So that's kind of what I worry about. Next.
Nobody has fun. Also, you end up rerolling a bunch, which is bad for your health and your economy health as well.
True.
If you enjoy performing well, then choose a good, proven build. What do I mean by that?
Ooh.
If you're the kind of player that wants to get finished with all of his maps, like T6,
oh my god, I have to rewind that. I was utterly disgusted.
If you enjoy performing well, then choose a good, proven build. What do I mean by that? If you're the kind of player that wants to get finished with all of his maps, like T16 maps, everything done, all the bosses done, choose a good build. Obviously, people are going to meme. They're going to play whatever they want.
Oh my god, this is so long. Please, brevity, Path of Exile community. 17 minutes. He said nothing for 30 seconds. Ugh.
You want to do well, just play a good build first, and then have some fun. Mess around after that. But
completely disagree. He's going to talk a little more about this. He says don't play new skills. I only play new skills at League launch. That's what I enjoy, okay? I like making builds. I like going into... Look at my... Hold on. I'm going to prove a point. Prove a fucking point. What was this build? Oh, yeah! Look at this. What is this build? This is Ground Slam with physical axes, and it's like... Hold on, how do I phrase this? Look at this. I was just messing around a POB in case like Ground Slam got buffed or something like Slams did. I had a full fizz rage stacking Ground Slam build as a berserker, and I wanted to see what I could do with it. And it's just kind of like a fun thing, right? I got up to like 9 million, 10 million damage with only dual wield axes and some gloves. And that's it. That's all I have. And so like I love messing around in POB. Now, the cool part about this, prepping for the new league maybe? What if they introduce a new skill that gives you AoE and you can use with axes? Well, then I could play a build like this. The secret to league starting a new skill is not to just throw everything you can into this, right? Just to do everything you can to make it work and just kind of wing it. The key to starting a new skill in Path of Exile, which you can do, is having a backup skill. That's the difference. If whatever new skill comes out that's like an AoE attack like Ground Slam but isn't, if that doesn't work out, if the scaling doesn't work, if it needs too much quality of life to feel good, I can just swap to ground slam and be just fine. That is how you play a league starter. And you know what? Hey, maybe the gem just needs levels. We don't know that. We don't know if you should wait till a certain level to play a build. That's something you have to experiment with. So what I would do is, if the new gem doesn't work out, swap with ground slam, play ground slam for a hot minute, level up the other gem, and then swap back and see what happens. I enjoy doing that. That's fun to me. And I feel like it's such a I feel like it's such a mistake to just write that off because it's not found out. It's not a solved system. But that to me is when Path of Exile is at its most fun. When it's not solved, when there is something new to discover. That to me is when Path of Exile is at its most exciting, because you don't have dumbass Twitch chat telling you that you're doing something dumb because they don't know what's dumb. It's new, it's different. There's a giant balance patch. And I feel like just telling newer players don't play new skills, that's such an unfun way of thinking. Path of Exile is a video game. Have fun, motherfuckers. But that's because you know how to make a build. That's something the majority of new players don't know how. It took me quite some time to know how to actually scale in the millions. Okay, but you're not... Oh my god, I didn't record that entire thing. Fuck. It's okay. It's okay. We're not editing today, boys. Let me just... You know what? Here, let me just take... Let's talk about league starters. There we go. We'll just update it. So we're not recording this fully. I'm gonna do this on my own time, but yeah. Because I know how to make a build, but you're never gonna know how you make a build until you actually like make a build, right? Like, okay, let me give you an example. Like this is an incomplete build. Just full disclosure. This right here incomplete. Okay. This is a ground slam, full physical brutality build. What's going on here? Well, the reason why is I've always wanted to make a build on these psychotic axes. A psychotic axe is an axe with the implicit plus 10 to max rage, right? Super powerful axe. Honestly, at minimum, especially when you're a berserker, every one individual rage is 100,000 DPS. That is like a good baseline to shoot for. Okay, the reason this has 10,000 accuracy is because it's under construction, so I can get the accuracy somewhere else. I'm running precision too, I think. I am not running precision. Oh, yeah, I say okay, I am running precision. So yeah, that's where I wanted to make a build on that, right? So I was like, what skill should I run? Well, remember, I like quality of life, right? That's what I enjoy. I don't want stupid melee splash on my goddamn gem links. I don't want ancestral call, okay? These aren't fun skills to me. These are like quality of life gems. So ground slam has a big AoE, gonna have nice radius. I mean, even right now, my radius is pretty big. Yeah, that's my radius. My character is the white dot in the middle. That's pretty good, right? That's not bad at all. I'll take that. If we have to, we can run hemophilia gloves, get a little chance to bleed. We'll be fine. Get some explosions. So ground slam was my skill. Then multi-strike, obviously. And then rage. Rage generation, right? So once I had that set up, that was like my baseline. I was like, okay, well, what ascendancy are we going to choose? I wanted something with extremely high attack speed, just innate to the ascendancy. Quality of life. See, we're not making a build based on the kind of build it is, or like not totems or something. We're making a build based on what kind of content we like and what we need to do to that content. I want high attack speed, especially if I do single targets. So my attack speed. There's a few ascendancies that offer kind of high attack speed. You have Scion can offer attack speed. Champion can offer attack speed. Gladiator. I don't remember if Champion does. It's been a while since I played a Champion. Is there any like innate attack speed on there? I don't think so. 10% attack speed when you kill. Nope. Yeah, so Slayer's not an option. But then I looked at Raider. So Mathel, having done my research, Mathel made a ground slam Raider with axes. So I was like, oh wow, that's kind of weird. He didn't do rage or anything. He just went like full on like tri-Ellie axes with like Trinity, and he had like exposure going on with Avatar of the Veil, and he frenzy stacked. He was super fast, right? That was meant to be a super high attack speed character. wielder. But I wanted to use the axes with rage, so Berserker. Berserker offers an insane amount of attack speed. For perspective, you get 60 rage if you go down Crave the Slaughter, and then Rite of Ruin makes it so that your effects from having rage are tripled, meaning every individual rage gives us 3% attack damage, 1.5% attack speed, and 0.6% movement speed. Every individual rage does. So how high can we stack our rage? 95, motherfucker. Meaning, let's pull out the old calculator here. Meaning every individual rage gives us 95% or having all of our rage together, 95, is 95% increased attack damage. 95 divided by 2 times 1. Wait, what? Oh, there you go. 47% attack speed, just 47 increased percent attack speed, huge. And we also have 19% movement speed. That's a lot of effects of rage, right? Not only that, we have Berserk. So you can see how this build's already coming together. I haven't thought about anything beyond this at this point. This was like my baseline of how to scale my damage. I'm like, okay, I want to use psychotic axes because they're really fucking cheap. Like seriously, a psychotic axe, a single one is like 20 chaos. Just have a white one, and that already has the plus 10 rage. So as long as you get like a decent fizz roll and attack speed roll on it, like 450 DPS maybe. I mean, okay, these are really good axes, but this is like meant to be endgame. So let's do like 450 DPS. We'll do something like that. Well, you know what? We'll even do 440. What happens? Well, we go down to 6.4 million, which is not bad at all because we're scaling rage with it. So even though it's a axe with tier 2% increased fizz, tier 3 flat, tier 3 attack speed, it's still 6.4 million damage because of that rage, and that's like a huge damage boon. Berserk, Berserk makes it so that you have 20% more damage, 20% more attack speed, 30% more movement speed, 19% less damage taken, which is a defensive layer. So what happens? You lose 5 rage a second. How much rage do we gain a second with the Berserk gem? So our goal, by the way, is to beat 5 rage per second at least, because that's like the base cost of Berserk. The more time we have Berserk, the more time we can boss kill. Hey, Los, damn, I'm hyped. The name of the next league got revealed. If you saw it, I'm late. Odrios, hello. I haven't even seen you here before. You can't be late if you've never been here before. Hello. Odrios 3. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, all I think of is just adios. So, hello, welcome, hi. The name of the next league, yeah, Kalandra, Mirror League, woohoo. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. If I had to guess, the league mechanic, the main gimmick is that you're gonna be able to mirror items, but because it's not a mirror of Kalandra, what you're gonna be able to do is mirror it, but at a lower tier of stats. I think that's gonna be the gimmick, if I had to guess, because that's like a very basic league mechanic that they would do nowadays to like keep it low effort while they make Path of Exile 2. Bone of Exile confirmed. Mighty Shaw. Whoa, it's been a hot minute since I talked to you. Hello. Bloop Ray Dreaming. Hello. See, right there, you knew how to scale to clear hemophilia, so it was fine to focus on the damage and quality of life, AoE, and rage scaling. A lot of people don't even realize how important their flask quality is. I don't even have flasks on my build. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm going to be really honest. Flasks are like the last thing I ever add to a build in any circumstance, okay? The exception is if you play a Pathfinder where, like, you are... The ascendancy is about having permanent flask uptime. Then I'll consider flasks earlier and give me a reason to play Pathfinder. Besides that, nah, flasks are the last thing I worry about. I just never really focus on them. Lake of Kalandra, Fishing League, dude. Hold on. Do people even know how fishing works in Path of Exile? People always make jokes like that, but do you guys realize? Hold on, I'll show you the gem. Chance to Flee. Do people know this is a fishing gem? Like. Okay, so Chance to Flee, widely regarded as one of the worst gems in Path of Exile. People... Okay, if you add this to your 6 link, this is how people get fishing rods. Like, this is how, like, you enable the fishing mechanic as having Chance to Flee, and people just don't know that. So, like, there's this whole mini game. So why are people excited about Fishing League? Like, what is that? Like, I'm so confused. Like, I know all the fishing mini game, like, the expedition fishing mini game, like, everything like that. And it's like, how is this, like, spreading so widespread when people don't even know that? It's always, like, fooled me. Yeah, so, okay, so when you say scale clear hemophilia gloves, it's just bleed explosions, right? Just corpse explosions. We don't need it because we automatically have corpse destruction with Axe Mastery. We'll get to that in a second, but that's like an option to clear if I ever needed it, if I don't have good AoE anywhere. So, what was I going to say? I was talking about Berserk. Okay, so the whole point of Berserk, right? We lose 5 rage per second, and every second we have 20% more loss rate. So, first second is 5 rage, second is 6 rage, third second is like 7.2 rage. It'll stack up quickly. So, we need a lot of rage generation. Well, there's 4 ways we're going to be generating rage. At this point, I'm like, okay, I'm thinking we want to sustain Berserk against single target because I like single target bosses. How do I sustain Berserk? Because that is a huge damage boost. For perspective, without Berserk, we lose 40% more damage. We are down to 4.4 million. With Berserk, we're at 6.4 million. So there you go, 40% more damage, right? How do we sustain it? Well, you have the Rage Gem, right? The Rage Gem is a little bit of a hit or miss because a lot of builds you have higher damage gems, but POB does not take into account rage uptime on Berserk. So it's one of those things you have to kind of gauge it. I need it in this case to sustain it pretty badly. So what do we get? We have a, oh, here, I'll show you this one. 0 quality first. Shows you the importance of quality on your gems. So, oh, wait, hold on. Divergent. Why am I divergent? Ah, okay. So, default rage. We get 1 rage on melee hit no more than once every 0.4 seconds. Why was I on divergent? Well, I don't know how many people know this, but divergent quality on rage at 20 gives you 20% chance to gain 1 rage when you use supported skills. Obviously, if you can scale that higher to, like, I don't know, 50, you get a 50% chance to gain 1 rage when you use supported skills. So it's pretty high, and yeah, if you use like Ashes of the Stars, obviously you can get kind of stupid with how much rage generation you have. That's a great way to sustain rage. I attack right now 11.3 times a second, which is a lot. So this gem is generating me about maybe 5 to 6 rage per second. So Divergent Rage alone sustains Berserk for at least a few seconds. So how else are we getting rage? Well, we have the Berserker tree. Gain 1 rage on hit with attacks no more than once every 0.3 seconds. One of the best rage generators in this game. So every 3 seconds, you get 10 rage, averaging 3 rage a second, right? So, what does that mean? That means that with Divergent Rage support, we are now generating like, oh, I'm gonna round up to like 9 rage a second. That's really good, right? 9 rage a second. That's really sustaining Berserk now, because it's gonna take like 5 seconds to even start depleting our rage, so we have the full effects of our rage the entire time. But it doesn't end there, does it, motherfuckers? Now, we're going to go to the Axe Mastery. Not only do we get +5 max rage, but we also get the Axe Mastery. Axes generate 1 rage on hit no more than once every second. 10 rage a second. Pretty good. I think I might have rage generation somewhere else, but I'm not immediately remembering it. But at that point, 10 rage a second, that's a lot. We already have, because remember, we're using psychotic axes, we now have a base 95 max rage, which is a lot. That's 95% increased damage, just generic, just increased damage. 42% increased attack speed. That in combination with Berserk is a massive damage boost. That's why even with like tier 3 stats across the board for these are all tier 3 stats, even attack speed. Even with tier 3 across the board with a 440 DPS axe, which is not that high, you can get much higher. We're still doing 6.4 million, and we're not even like, we don't even have other gear. We have no uniques yet. See, this is what I look for in a league starter. This is my kind of league starter. Oh, melee's not viable. Remember, people are expecting slam buffs, melee buffs. This build only gets stronger unless they explicitly nerf rage generation. But it doesn't end there. Actually, that's 285% increased attack damage. Did I read that wrong? Oh my god, I did read it wrong. Thank you. All right, so this just got broken again. All right, so thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot to count the inherent effects of rage are tripled. So with 95 rage, multiply it by 3, that is, yes, 285% increased attack damage. That's a lot of damage. We also have attack speed, so 95 divided by 2 because it takes 2% per, times 3 because inherent effects are tripled. 95 rage gives us 142% increased attack speed. That's pretty awesome. And we also get a bunch of movement speed. We get divided by 5, so 285 divided by 5. We also get 57% increased movement speed. Pretty great, right? And because we regenerate, we generate 10 rage per second, we take about 9 seconds to get full rage. And we could probably get more as we scale more attack speed because we have that gem, right? So when you say scale damage, I'm not going in with like a... Oh, how do I say this? We haven't even, by the way, we haven't even touched our tree yet, right? Outside of just like, okay, I want an axe mastery. I haven't really touched the tree yet. All I'm doing is like, okay, what kind of quality of life do I want? I don't want a gem swap. I don't want increased area gem. I don't want fucking melee splash or ancestral call, but I do want to use these psychotic axes. So ground slam comes to mind as like a build you can use. We're not scaling the slam portion of it, just the melee AoE portion. So that's kind of what comes to mind. That's all I'm doing so far when I'm making a build. So what do we do next? Well, we have 2 more ascendancy points to get, and it's not as easy as you think. So we could go Defy Pain. Remember, we have a ton of damage now, but we don't exactly have a lot of sustain. How are we going to get our health back, right? You can have all the millions of damage you want, but if you have 3,000 health and no regeneration, you dead, motherfucker. Plus, we have Rage draining us. Rage alone drains us 405 life per second. For perspective, a Righteous Fire... a lot. Yes, a lot. Drains us a lot. It's not that much different than a Righteous Fire with max fire res. It's a lot of rage degen. So you have to account for that. You could go regeneration or you could go leech, but you need something. In my case, I decided to go leech. I went leech because I knew we were probably going to go roughly this side of the tree anyway for all the juicy axe crit nodes and all that. And regeneration is a little awkward, namely because even if you account for the rage loss, you still need to heal on top of it, and I didn't want to have to waste a reservation on vitality. So that's kind of what my thought process was behind it. I'm used to Volpack kind of gameplay. You can generate even more rage if you use Warlord's Mark while mapping. Yes, I don't think I need it though, namely because I don't need rage while mapping. We already do a ton of damage. Bacteria made me red. Hi Bacteria, I see you lurking there. Anomalous portal gem, true. It's meme hype, yeah, true. Fishing league, yeah, true. Okay, so we had our choice here, right? Well, yeah, okay. Let me think about how to say this. I wanted to maximize psychotic axes, so I wanted to use 2 of them for plus 10 max rage each, which is how we get to 95 max rage, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think 95 is the max you can possibly get unless you use like some weird unique I don't know about. So we are dual wielding. We could, in fact, and I tried to do this at one point, we could go block. That's actually a possibility. We can get to like... You know, we can get to a pretty good block chance here. We could go like glancing blows, get a life note or something. The problem is that even with versatile combatant, you could see here, we're going pretty much exactly 50-50 block, which is not bad. Having 50-50 true block... not true block. 50-50 with glancing blows is much worse. But still, you know, half the time you diminish. It's like 12% damage reduction. It just wasn't worth the points, really. Without glancing blows, you're looking at like, you need a lot. I don't want to craft for it. I didn't want to do it. Whatevs, right? Also, that is a big damage increase right there that I kind of want to get. But, oh, and here too. Oh, shit. This is why this build's under construction. Remember, this build's under construction, okay? So bear with me here. This is just might be my league starter for the next league, but we'll see what kind of balance changes there are. Bear's Girdle can give you 20. But it sucks, doesn't it? Am I dumb? Leather Belt. Oh, it's a belt. Ugh. So plus 20 max rage. Are crushed. Yeah, it's okay. But it's like, if I'm going to use a belt, like you'll see it here. Let me do belt, sort by, sort by full DPS. Let's see what belts they choose. Oh yeah, Rostalsa's Coil. You're competing against Ryslada's Coil for damage. This coil, by the way, does 20% more damage than Bear's Girdle, which is number 2. That's a lot. So that's even if we use a unique belt, but it's definitely something I'm probably not going to do. It's nice, but we don't need it. Thank you for that, though. I appreciate it. So, unless we were doing a meme, obviously, if we were shooting for 115 max rage for just the meme aspect, then we could do it, but I don't need it. I want a real build. So, how are we going to build this tree? Let's do it together from the very beginning, I think. Yes. Okay. So what did I want? I wanted an axe mastery with the rage generation. I wanted this axe node for slaughter because it gives +5 max rage. And that's about it. I think that's all I wanted. So what I would do is like, okay, max life, give me all this life nodes. Probably going to need versatility at league start. Probably going to need diamond skin at league start. I know I want Impale on the build because we're pure fizz, right? We're using brutality and Impale's a lot of damage. And there just happens to be an axe node right here with Impale nodes. So we're going to do that first. Let's just get enemies. We'll just get rage generation. So while leveling, we're going to get rage generation. We have pretty good resist, ton of accuracy and all that. We could even drop that now if we want to. Ton of life, super good leveling, right? Boom, boom. We could go endurance charges, or we could just go jewel socket. Now, I happen to know we can get through these life nodes here anyway, because I know I want this crit node, so we're going up there regardless. So it's not that awkward to do something like this, maybe. I don't know. It feels kind of bad, but in fact, we're going to do... No, we're not going to do that. So... let's go for our axe nodes. Boom, 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 boom. +5 max rage. Enemies killed by your hits are destroyed. That gives us full corpse destruction for free. It's the best part about using axes. It's really good. Now, I'm not going to immediately go topside. We could. It's a lot of damage. Free Intimidate's probably worth it. So yeah, let's go it. I just don't normally get both wings of the axes right away. Now, here's something cool about leveling with melee weapons, right? We're going to get our crit node no matter what, and crit multiplier against unique bosses because I like bossing. When you make a build and you're leveling it and you're playing like a melee build or something, you have to remember to take damage nodes. The biggest mistake I see a lot of people, especially people who play hardcore for the first time, they make is that they just go pure defensive nodes. They're like, I don't want to die, max all the health nodes. The problem with that, especially if you use a melee build, you want damage nodes early. The more damage nodes you get, the easier the leveling experience is. Just do it. You can just refund them if you really don't want them. I'm going to happen to keep this great node because it has Impale effect and all that, and we're going to scale Impale. But that's one way to do it. Now, I happen to know... Okay, so now we want to know, okay, where am I going next? Well, I want to go up here, Berserking, right? Because this gives +10 max rage, and I want that. And it's right next to the life wheel, so it works out really well. So let's go over here. So just go up here, boom, boom, boom. We also lose inherent loss of rage is 20% slower, which is really cool. So boom, attack speed, and we even get, where am I looking at? Oh yeah, 40% increased melee hits at close range. The reason why this is such a big damage boost is because, I don't know how many people know this about Ground Slam. Ground Slam has 49% more damage to closer targets. Without being close, look how much damage you lose. You lose 30, well, no, that's about right. 40% more damage. So you want to be like point blank range when you fight against bosses, or at least close enough where that triggers. So that's something to keep in mind. Because we have to do that anyway, this whole 40% increased melee damage with hits at close range scales really well. We're going to get our life totals here. Obviously, you're going to get the +50 max life mastery. You would never not take that. It's just free health. We're also going to get our +10 max life, 10% reduced life recovery rate. In my opinion, always worth it. So that's the basis of our build. Where else are we going here? Well, we have 2 free jewel sockets because we picked them up along the way. So we're doing pretty good on jewel sockets as well. So right now we are the equivalent of level 40. So this might be where I finish like act 5, basically. This is my setup here. Lots of health, lots of defenses, very good setup. What else do we want? Well, stun immunity is nice. I don't have any evasion rating on the build. I'm going to be using pure armor because we're going to be point blank range. So unwavering stance is kind of a free pickup. And even while leveling, we're probably going to pick up this Eagle Eye node for accuracy's sake because we need accuracy, but it's an option. So what else do we need here? Well, let me quickly do what I always do here and just do plus 10,000 accuracy rating. You can get accuracy everywhere. You don't need to worry about it while leveling much. Just put a precision on and you're fine for all 10 acts. So that's why I put that on. Right now, with the precision and decent axes, we have 1.3 million damage, and that's pretty good, right? Well, we can go a lot higher on our damage. So let's say we didn't take this Impale node. We're at 1.1 million. So what we can do is if you're like, I don't know where to go next, I just want damage, just Goose Show node power. Boom. Now you have a ton of bright red lights, okay? What you're going to do... Hold on, we'll wait for it to load because there's a lot of red lights with this build. Because this build is like a melee build and pure fizz and berserker and we have a ton of attack speed, every red light is a way to scale damage. And the more red lights you have, the more ways you can scale damage. Just something to keep in mind. So, what are the big red lights? Well, it looks like we have a big juicy one here, Bastion Breaker, right? 30% increased attack fizz damage and Overwhelm. Overwhelm, that's kind of cool. In fact, if you notice, a lot of these bright red dots have Overwhelm on them. So that seems to be, at this level, the best way to scale your damage, is having Overwhelm. So let's go get it. Let's run down here. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. We now have Overwhelm, and we get a Mastery, which in this case, remember, Overwhelm was our big damage boost. Let's get Overwhelm. So now we have 35% increased Overwhelm. Now, if you notice, these other Overwhelm slots, they aren't as bright as they used to be. This, you can see it just deplete there. That's called diminishing returns, right? The more you invest to any one statistic in Path of Exile, the less efficient it becomes relative to other statistics. It still does the same thing, but the amount of investment you need is just not generally worth it when there are other ways to scale damage just as well. So you notice this crit node is now starting to light up, so let's go get some crit nodes. All right, cool. We have a bunch of crit. I don't think we're getting anything here. I don't think anything's going to be leveled. Okay. So boom, now we have a little crit nodes. So now you kind of see something else going on, right? Let's say we did not include any totems on our build whatsoever, right? You'll notice something cool, like these lights start turning out, right? Well, these totems, Ancestral Protector, War Chief, Multi-Totem, and Maim, they all add total damage to the build. It's a lot of extra damage. So it's a lot. It's like hundreds of thousands of DPS here. The reason why is because now you see this light up. This is effects of buffs by ancestor totems grant while active. So it's a big damage boost. Like this one node alone adds 300,000 damage to the build. However, there's a problem. That's a lot of points to get there. And there's nothing wrong with 378,000 damage, but 5 points for that is kind of, it's spicy, okay? That might be something we consider anointing. If we can save 5 points and all we lose is 80,000 damage, that seems like a worthwhile anointment. Another anointment, yeah, it's up here usually. Crit while with totem skills, so our actual totems do more damage. That's another usually juicy one. But there's a lot of things you can anoint. I wouldn't worry about anointing for a while, but usually if you use totems on a melee build, Panopticon is kind of a big one. So, what's next? Well, how else do I want to scale my damage? I'm still not satisfied with 1.6 million. The build works right now, by the way. Like, we have the build. I'm assuming I have resistances by now, so we're going to get out of that. The build works, right? We have damage. This can map just fine. However, we still have the regen problem, right? How are we going to regenerate our health? Well, we could run Vitality. We could run some Leech. So, for instance, if we just want to run this Leech node, we can now sustain. We lose 250 health per second, and we gain 570 when we leech. That's not a lot, though, and I want more. So let's get all of our leech nodes here with total max. Now we heal for 856 because we're increasing the max total, right? Now, I happen to know that we're going to take Volpact on this build. Now, I don't mind Volpact. Volpact is a hit or miss deal, okay? Volpact is not for everybody. I don't mind it because I played it for a long time with a lot of builds. I can kind of used to the fact that I'm not going to be, you know, I'm not going to be regenerating health. I have to attack something. So we're going to take it. So on the way, we're going to take these health nodes because why not? We also... Now we have to consider how we're going to approach this. So we could go top side. That would give us access to Dervish and these nodes up here. We could go bottom side, hit up these axe nodes, go over here, and then turn around, but it's kind of the most points to do that. We could go just right here through the Duelist Ascendancy. Let me turn off node power here. We could go through the Duelist Ascendancy, go through life like this, boom, pick up Dervish, and then go like this. That's a possibility. That might be what we'd go with. But we also want these axe nodes anyway, so it's kind of an awkward turn. So here's what we're going to do. I think we're going to end up doing something like this. We're going to go up here. We're going to go over here. We're going to hit up Life and Mana Leech, Life Leech, Vitality Void. Increase damage while leeching because it's 70,000 DPS, why not? And then we pick up Vol Pact. Now we lose 337 health per second, but we gain 2,100 health per second. And that's a lot, right? That's a lot of leech. At this point, we have the most increased max total recovery leech possible. Now, let's go back to Berserker Ascendancy. Remember, we only have the 2 Rage nodes, right? We can still scale damage more with the other Ascendancy nodes. However, Defy Pain. Defy Pain, when you get hit no more than 3 times a second, you gain a Defiance charge. Now, what does that mean? Every Defiance charge gives us 25% increased armor, kind of whatever, right? However, while we have a Defiance charge at all, we get 50% increased maximum total recovery per second. My leech total goes from 2,100, now with the Defiance charge, to 2,700. That is a huge increase. That is like 10% of my HP per second increased. That's a massive. At this point, we are regenerating, I'm going to say probably 2/3 of our health pool total per second. Now, obviously, we could do like Petrified Blood shenanigans and get like insane leech, but I've done that before with the Flicker Strike build. That's a possibility. However, it's kind of unnecessary. I don't think we're going to do Petrified Blood. We could. We have the possibility, but I don't think we're going to do it. Another reason why is because we don't need that much leech. It's nice, but we just don't need that much. All we need to do now is just scale flat life, and our leech gets kind of insane. So let's just go Aspect of Carnage. We do take more damage, but it's also 40% more damage. So, hey, if we're willing to do that much just to sustain Berserk, getting all these plus rage per seconds, this is just a no that's just, hey, you have Berserk all the time. It's pretty good. Alex Smith, help me. Help you how? I'm super curious. All right, what else do we have here? Flawless Savagery. So we have Defy Pain again as our next Ascendancy option, right? We can still take it for more leech. This would give us some damage, minuscule amount, but we have way higher leech total with it. 10%. Basically, this is a node that says when you get hit, you can leech 10% more life per second. However, I would only take this if I was going Petrified Blood, I think. Maybe. Considering it. Still under construction build. Warbringer is another option. Here's the thing. Warcries sacrifice 10 rage when you have at least 25 rage. Exerted attacks deal 50% more attack damage. If we were using a ground slam, with all else being equal, if we were using a ground slam with 95 rage, we would be using Warbringer, right? Like a super slam. Warbringer's great. 50% more attack damage all the time. Pretty fucking good. We're not doing it though. We are attacking too often. We're going to end up with like 11.5 attacks a second without any other gear on the build. So that's pretty... We don't need it. We're not going to have enough to sustain it. So, Flawless Savagery gives you a bunch of crit multi, bunch of crit strike chance, bunch of flat damage if you crit recently, which is all the time. So, why not? At this point, we are 55% crit with all of our stuff up, including Assassin's Mark, which is the curse we're going to run with, but we'll talk about that in a bit. So, what else do we want here? Well, we need a few things, right? We have our regen, we have... a bunch of crit, we have rage generation. Now we need defensive layers. What are we gonna do? I'm doing a cool challenge where I stay under a blanket overnight. I might quit now. Blanket overnight? Do you want to choke yourself? What are you doing, man? You're an animal. I can't do it. Listen, I can have a blanket over me for like 30 seconds before I choke out. I'm like, just get me out of this, man. It's 113 degrees where I live. Water! Is Aspect of Carnage better than Blitz? Depends on the build. Excuse me, I was really thirsty there. So, let's back out of that. Let's see the damage difference. Aspect of Carnage. Oh, cool. Aspect of Carnage gives us 1 million damage. Just boom. 1 million damage on the build. That is exactly what it turns out to, which is kind of cool here. So Aspect of Carnage, 1 million DPS. As it is right now, we're not even done with the build. Blitz, what does it give us? Well, let's not just highlight this and see, because we haven't enabled anything yet. So let's assume we have permanent uptime on Blitz charges, right? We don't have anything else to worry about. How much damage do we have? Let's see. Blitz charges are here. So Blitz charges, without this, gives us 424,000 damage. So in this case, Aspect of Carnage is 60% more damage than Blitz. That's kind of the difference there. It's not bad. We get a ton of attack speed. And, by the way, it is worth noting, more attack speed means more rage generation because of rage divergent quality. 20% chance to gain 1 rage when you use supported skill. That gives us 1 more rage per second. Just something worth acknowledging. I'm still not going to do it, but that's why we don't use it, is because this is just so much more damage. And you don't want to lose your rage generation, because losing Rite of Ruin loses us 1.5 million damage. Just to show you how effective rage is. It's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm out the blanket, aka oven. True. Don't Dutch oven yourself, kids. That is a mistake everyone makes once in their life. Okay, now we have to think about defensive layers, right? At this point, if you do this node power button, there's a lot of ways you can scale damage, and you could easily spend all of your passive points on just damage. At this point, we have about 30-ish. Usually I can get like a build of like level 98, 99 before I get really bored of it. So, we only have like 30 points to play with, and we still need more defensive layers. You could go block. If you're willing to invest it everywhere else in the tree, whoops, not that node, this node. If you're willing to go everywhere else with it on the tree, you have nodes to get block on this tree. 37% base, but you can easily get it crafted on chest. If you really want to, I think you could use a Redeemer axe and get it as like an 8% chance while dual wielding as one of your axe affixes on Redeemer axe. That's an option. That would give you 24% block, 24% with like a block node somewhere, like here or something. You would need a block node somewhere. Honestly, you'd probably just get it here. It's a waste. It seems like a waste, but when you have oh, it's on equipped shield. Oh shit. Never mind. I know here you can get block chance as well. So you can get it pretty high with the Redeemer craft and everything, and there's even a dual wield thing for 15 block if you haven't blocked recently. You could easily get 50-50 true block, albeit somewhat conditionally, but it's a lot of points to invest. And you know what? We're a berserker. Block doesn't really seem like a great defensive layer here. I think I'm gonna start a mana stacker. Absolutely viable. Absolutely viable. Maybe what I was thinking about for a weird mana stacker, for my take on it, I thought about doing like a Hand of Wisdom in action int stacker, and then just using the int not to scale energy shield, but to scale mana. I don't know, something like that. Or maybe even going Hierophant, so that way you can get the get a lot of percent energy shield as max mana. So you get just a ton of energy shield, and the intelligence scales the energy shield as well. So it just gets really, really powerful. Okay, it's really good. Reason why I'm so hot is because the phone I'm using is an iPhone 5. I have an iPhone 7. It's I wish I could show you guys, but yeah, I have an iPhone 7. It's old, but it works fine for me. So what was our next goal? Sustain. Or not sustain. We have sustain. We want defensive layers. So this is where gems come in. Now, if we're not going to go block, we could go endurance charges. We could go reservation nodes, but we'll talk about that in a second. At this point, we need something, though. We can't just call it good. We can't just get a bunch of life nodes and be like, that's a defensive layer. You need a little more, okay? You need something, especially with Aspect of Carnage, meaning you take 10% more damage. So, what are our options? Well, you have this wonderful mechanic called Blood and Sand, or Flesh and Stone, whatever, right? What is Flesh and Stone? Nearby enemies are blinded while in Sand stance and take more damage while in Blood stance. What that means is that in Sand Stance, projectiles deal 11% less damage. Now, what's cool about that is it counteracts Aspect of Carnage. So while you're mapping, if you're against anything with a projectile, you take normal damage from them. That's what this gem does. That's a defensive layer. It's not a great defensive layer, but it's a defensive layer. Our other option is stuff like, and this is where I get kind of iffy about this build and why it's still under construction. Normally, what you could do is something like Defiance Banner, Determination, right? Totally normal for like a basic like defensive layer, right? Huge amount of armor. This alone gets you to 6,500 armor, and it's really cheap, and it's like nothing. However, this is going to get nerfed, okay? Do not go into the patch notes next week and think that they're not going to nerf both of these things. They are. So I'm not using them on purpose. So what do? We could use Blood and Sand and all that stuff. We're also using a War Banner for increased accuracy. We're also using Pride for more damage. And we have a Divine Blessing Haste. If you wanted, you could run defensive layers here. And we have a Mark on Hit, Assassin's Mark for more crit, Precision for more crit, and accuracy. All these things kind of help our offense, right? Huge damage. How else are we getting defensive layers? Well, you could run uniques. So some unique defensive layers are something like... How do we sort this like easy for you guys to take? What's a good choice here for a new player if they didn't know how to make a build? What would be a good way to... Is there EHP effectiveness? Sort by Taken Fizz, Survivor's Guild. Oh, Imbalanced Guard! No, we can't do that. No, we can't do that. Well, here's what you can do, and this is a pretty easy thing to do. Enduring Cry. Enduring Cry is a defensive layer. All you have to do is press it every now and then, and you get endurance charges. And you happen to be right next to Call to Arms, which gives you free War Cry. So every now and then, you would just use Enduring Cry, and you now have endurance charges you can check off on your stupid little box. You could even go here, get this node. Here, get this node. It is worth noting, you want to go from the bottom here, not the top, because the regeneration doesn't affect you because you have Volpact. That's a defensive layer, just getting a bunch of endurance charges. We might actually do that. In fact, I'm probably just going to check it off. We're probably going to do that. That's a great defensive layer. And I want great boss killing against mapping. It can be a little clunky. I'm okay with it. But that's definitely something to consider. We are going to go attack speed, life, attack speed. So this is kind of cool. How are we going to get to this axe node, Feller of Foes, which gives us crit multi, accuracy, the super juicy node we're going to get, and we get another great axe mastery, which is one of the best in the game. Wait, that doesn't work with Unwavering Stance since it ignores enemy accuracy. What are you talking about? Wait, that doesn't work with Unwavering Stance since it ignores enemy accuracy. That doesn't work with Unwavering Stance. Oh no, that's Resolute Technique. Wait. What are you talking about? Are you talking about Defiance Banner? Determination? Oh, Flesh and Stone. No, that works. Yeah, we don't get the blind, but like, it still works. No, actually, blind is helpful. Here's why. Blind is not just you dodge more. Blind means they have minus 20% evasion. So while you are in Sand Stance, basically the entire time you're mapping, while you're in Sand Stance, enemies have less evasion. They can't out dodge you, right? You have more accuracy against them. And when you're against bosses, they take, more fizz damage. Like that's my logic behind it. So yeah, you don't dodge things, but you don't need to. You're okay with getting hit. You just have whatever. It's not like it's that important anyway. We only have 21 evasion just incidentally. So it's not like it's ever going to matter regardless. So that's kind of my logic behind that. We are going to get these life notes because we're here anyway. We don't need regeneration or anything. Let's get a bunch of reservation notes because we need them. This is probably also going to get nerfed as well. So just all the reservation notes, they're going to get nerfed, guys. Every single build needs a wheel. So that's kind of what's going on. Now, here's something cool. Let's talk for a second about point efficiency. Also, we're going to take that in a second. Let's talk for a second about point efficiency. It takes 4 points to connect these. Okay, look, 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to this jewel socket. But look at this. 1, 2, and now we back out of all these and we just saved 2 points. That's like a super basic way. Now I happen to know that this is going to be more efficient in the long run, but when you make a build, you got to keep an eye out for stuff like that. As you kind of go around the map, you got to like consider where you're using your points. Now, why am I going here? Well, we have this juicy impale node. At this point, we have almost 4 million damage with a tier 3 across the board. What is it? 440 DPS psychotic axes, which are not difficult to find at all. If you bought this in a league, this is probably a weapon worth probably an exalt, I would say. Maybe 1 to 2 exalts for each of these axes, and it's not bad either. Maybe a little more because it's on a psychotic axe, but really, I mean, it's not exactly not league start material. So what's next? You could talk about max res. That's another defensive layer that we're right next to. So you could go like bam, 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 and then go here, bam, bam, bam. That, I mean, we're not going to do this, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4 max res across the board, 5 with barbarism for fire resistance. So that gets you to 80 fire res, 79 lightning and cold. Now that doesn't sound like much, but every single plus, okay, let me put it this way. 75 all res is not a defensive layer. That is like a basic building foundational block to a build. It's like, how do you regenerate your mana? Like, it's that kind of question, right? How do you regenerate health? How do you have a defensive layer? It's one of those building blocks you want to account for when you make a build. Now, anything beyond that is a defensive layer. It's reduced damage taken. So if you have 25 resistance remaining until you hit 100, and that's just you take no elemental damage, every individual percent plus max res you receive is 4% less elemental damage taken of that element. So in other words, with these nodes, we take 20% less fire damage. With these nodes, we take 16% less lightning and cold damage. This is not nothing, right? Like, if I asked you, hey, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points, would you spend it to gain 20% more life? Is that worth it to you? It might be. In this case, it's a lot of points, and I don't know how much we really want that. But if you ever you're like, I got like 8 points to spend and there's no life nodes around, what can I do? Well, consider max res, because that gives you, a bunch of effective life. That's pretty juicy. And it's something that you can't really sleep on. Max res anyway. We could, if we were in a league start scenario, which we might be, we could get these resistance nodes as well. It just kind of eases the resistance burden a lot while you're leveling. All these resistance nodes together puts us at like 30, 70, 20 fire, cold, and lightning res. That's really good for a league start scenario, and without it, we're at like negative 24, 15, negative 32. It just eases the burden a bit. In fact, if we even want to go here, get the 12 all res, get these two, get these two, get these jewel socket. That alone brings us to like a lot. We already have capped cold, so it's just something you want to consider when you league start. We're not going to take any of these though. That's not exactly what we want. Now, what are we going to do about points? Well, we have a little bit of difficulty here. The reason why is because our total max percentage life is 171%. That's pretty good. That's about where you want to be in terms of just on the tree life, right? Pretty all right. But when you talk about like a league start scenario, you generally, if you can, you do want a little more life if you can get it, right? Because you're not going to have these like tier 1 life rolls on all of your gear, right? It's not gonna be there. You're going to have like crafted life, like flat 50, right? You generally want to pick up nodes you wouldn't normally pick up. I normally don't like Juggernaut because it's 6% life increased for both of them, and it's so mediocre. But maybe on a league start, you want to push it to like the high kind of 190%, maybe even I would never go into the Templar area, but I think we're picking up all the life nodes we can. Maybe if we wanted to, we could go like imbalanced or glancing blows or something. There's a bunch of life nodes here. If we really wanted to, we could go devotion, but that's kind of really try hard here. It's not terrible, it's a lot of points for that life. But that would push you to like 210%, and that's pretty good too. We might get those just for league start. So at this point, what's going on with the build? We are at level 93, which is like, you're in red maps right now. You're like farming. You're having a good time. What else do you want? Well, we need these axe nodes for more damage. We could use Impale for a lot of damage. To give you an idea of what Impale will do, these 3 points adds 450,000 damage to a build with 4 million damage. It's like, oh. So let me show you what I'm currently working on. So let's reload the build. So this was my tree, what I ended up with. We are 3 points over, but it's not that hard to cut them. Like just getting a couple of less life nodes. We are now at level 100 points. We are now at level 98, right? It's not that difficult to cut them. But this is ultimately what I decided on. It's not a bad build, but it has problems. We do get frenzy charges because we have Mark Mastery. Mark Mastery gives us frenzy charge when we hit a boss, and we have now our frenzy charges. And it gives us a source of coaling, which you need somewhere in the build, right? Coaling is what? 900,000 damage with that node alone? It's a lot of damage. We're at a little over 9 million. We still don't have any other gear, no uniques. We have Ground Slam as our build. We do need a Divergent Rage. That would be the biggest thing we need. This is all just whatever. This is just attack speed versus like area of effect. This is overwhelm versus like increased fizz. These are like minor upgrades you can wait for later, but Divergent Rage is kind of the big juicy one, and that's something we would be shooting for. This is kind of what I'm going for. Now we do have other options for league starters, right? Fortify. If they change it, yes. As it exists right now, it's not really worth it. So we could go like bam, 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 +3 max fortify, bam, 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 and melee hits fortify, -3 fortify, right? So we have 1, 2, 3. We have, wait, 1, 2, 3. Yes. So we have 23 fortify and all of our hits fortify. The problem with that is you can't always sustain it. That's the problem with fortify. So it's probably going to get buffed. Everyone's kind of expecting a fortify buff somehow, but it's something we have to consider. You can see I kind of decided to come around here and just pick up these axe nodes and impale nodes. Impale's pretty huge for the build. We're at like almost 9.2 million with impale. Without impale, just this node alone is 1.4 million. Without these nodes, it's 1.1 million. Without... Actually, are those the only impale nodes I have? Oh no, without these impale nodes, it's 1 million. Aspect of Carnage at this point is a 2.8 million or 2.8 million node. And Blitz is, let's see what Blitz is here. Blitz charges. Aspect of Carnage would lose us 3.3 million. Blitz would lose us 1.6 million. So there you go. It is a big damage though. And our Right to Ruin would lose us 3.8 million damage. But yeah, that's how you can scale melee damage really easily. It's just getting damage on the tree. I don't know. It's one of those things. Just Rage is just a really basic way to do it, and it's just really effective. And Crit's a great way to do it too. That's why we're using a Crit gem. Oh, we're not using a Crit damage gem. Interesting. I guess it is lower damage. Huh, okay. Anyway, that's going to be my basic, maybe my league starter. Now, we do have another option, and it's something I thought about doing, and I have no reason to ever do this. Is this the build? Is this the build? This might be. I think it is. I thought about doing Inquisitor Staff Cyclone. Is it good? No. But it's also not what I even wanted. What did I want here? It was, what did I want? Was it Energy Blade? I think it was Energy Blade Instacker with, it was Energy Blade Instacker with, what was it? With mana stacking. It was a mana stacking instacker, and we would use the energy shield not for damage, or not for defenses, but for like damage. We would translate that into damage. I thought about doing that. So let's try it. Let's make it now. Let's do, whoa! F5, I guess, for restarting the application. Maybe let's do like a League Starter Energy Blade build, and we'll see what it's like. Alex Smith, BRB, BRB! All right, so let's do an energy blade build. I've always wanted to do one. I just never found something that really spoke to me. But if mana's getting buffed, and I think mana stacking is at least getting like unnerfed in a big way. I think that's going to happen. We need to have a build for it. So let's do a build. Obviously, we have to run. We're not going to do Inquisitor because if I had to guess, Pious Path is going to get nerfed anyway. And if we only use Energy Shield for damage, then maybe we go like Hierophant. So let's see our options here. We're gonna go Energy Blade. We need a damage skill. What damaging skill would we run with Energy Blade? Could do, what do we want? If we ran a Hierophant. If we ran a Hierophant just to get a bunch of max mana as Energy Shield and just stack mana all day, we could go, we could go, there's no way to get Blade Trap to work their totems, right? If the leaks are true, Pious Path is only affected by Conk Ground regen. Pious Path is only affected by no, they wouldn't nerf that. If they're gonna nerf Inquisitor, it's gonna be the increased damage taken to enemies, and they would nerf like the effect of Conk Ground to like 40% increased, something like that. That would be a very GGG way of nerfing that. They're definitely gonna nerf that. Alternatively, what we could do is just, because we're already kind of stretched, if we do an Energy Blade build, we're already kind of stretched getting a bunch of max mana, which is our damage. We may not have room for inevitable, or a new room for penetration, so maybe Inevitable Judgment into like Instruments of Virtue, and we run like a spell. What spell would scale well with Energy Blade's lightning damage? We could do like Spark. No. The problem with that is we would only have damage from this. We wouldn't have like any defenses, whereas this gives us mana scaling, right? And we want mana scaling in stacking. So let's go Templar or Hierophant. Let's go Divine Guidance. Let's go Sanctuary of Thought. 50% less mana of skills. We get a bunch of Energy Shield. Let's get Conviction of Power because it's free. And we use Endurance Charges and Power Charges now. And, and Energy Blade is active, thank you. Okay, and we have 2 free nodes, probably just gonna be mana regen, just for blank mana regen all the time. So, what do we do with this? Well, what kind of build do we want to run with a one-handed sword? Excuse me. We're running a one-handed sword because it opens up the shield slot. To be fair, I would only run a shield if there was some unique reason to use it. So what's Pereptia? That's something I haven't seen before. What's this build? Triggers Lightning Aegis when equipped. Level of Socketed Lightning Gems. We could get +3 to level of Socketed Lightning Gems on Energy Blade. What does the levels do? Levels gives us flat lightning. Energy Blades have a minimum base damage +15, +12, 235. So just equipping of that shield would give us +3 level to Energy Blade. That's kind of cool. If you're gonna reserve the mana, maybe try Guardian. I mean, are we gonna reserve mana? Hold on. So what's Lightning Aegis here? Lightning Aegis is that the lightning damage buff? Let me think. Oh gosh, I forget what it is. Yeah, it's not a damage skill. I think Lightning Aegis gives you immunity to lightning hits while it's on, right? Or at least gives you like a shield. Lightning Aegis, let's find out together. This is how I do research, by the way. Never played an Energy Blade build before. Calls forth a protective Aegis, which takes lightning damage from hits for you until depleted. The Aegis will be restored for its full value. Aegis can take 1,000 lightning damage, and that's it. Okay, so it's a guard skill. Applies a buff to the character. Oh, it's not temporary. It's permanent. Oh, that's cool. Ooh, the spell is triggered. So it's just a permanent 1,000 lightning damage. So maybe we could do like... What if we do a build where we like take everything as lightning damage, like take Fizz as lightning? That's kind of cool, right? What if we pair it with Durrani Storiani's prototype? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? let's consider it. Let's do +3 level of lightning. That's the only way I would do that. I do want a ton of it. Listen, if this is going to be our main unique, it's going to be a good unique, okay? Movement speed. Oh, we got a ton of movement speed too. And mana. Ooh, all the mana. And movement speed. Yes, it's very high roll, but we'll take lower evasion and energy. Oh no, we want energy shield. Whatever. Cast speed can be low. I don't care. Okay, yes, it's a very good shield. I'm gonna pay a lot for it, but if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. So that's kind of cool, right? I smell a new stream. Sasha, hello, welcome. If you're gonna reserve the mana, maybe try Guardian. No, we're not gonna reserve it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna rock it. We could okay. So alternatively, we could do Scales of Justice, but that would only do that with a Mind Over Matter chest. Mana Storm. Whenever you cast a spell, sacrifice all mana to gain added maximum lightning damage equal to 25% of the sack mana for 4 seconds. Nah, let's not do that. I think I like that. How expensive is a Peripetia shield? I never bought that. I didn't even know that item existed, to be honest. So many uniques in this game. So how do you spell it? It's P-E-R-E-P-I-T. Whoops, PoE Ninja. I just want to see what it would cost at League Start. P-E-R-E-P. P-E-R-E-P. How much expensive is this? 6 chaos at League Start. It's like 9 chaos. Okay, so it's like a 5 chaos unique. So it has value. And you can see the expensive ones get a little more. Look out, you're going to be paying 10 chaos if you want a good one. So at League Start, you're not going to get this on day 1 unless you like drop an Exalt probably. Well, no, not even that. Like a Shavron would be like multiple Exalts. A Rasalda's Coil, I sold this league on day 1 for an Exalt. So I mean, you could get pretty good shield probably. So let's try this. Let's try this in equipping Energy Blade in the shield. Weapon 2. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's kind of really cool, actually. So it does have a high int requirement, so we got to go north, but that's fine. Okay. Okay, so let's get our skill. What skill do we want to scale our Energy Blade on? Has Metal Gary become a thing? Not yet, but we have new emotes coming but it's all gonna be I'm gonna have date August 19th, Sasha. August 19th is the big day. It's the big League Start. I'm gonna have new colors on the Twitch redeem point thing. We also are gonna have new emotes. We're gonna have like 15 new emotes. I had like 160 subscribers at one point, so we have a lot unlocked. It's all coming August 19th, baby. I got a date for you. Bam. Oh man, this League Start's gonna be great. Okay, so if we're gonna run this for a bunch of mana, we want to scale mana. We're gonna scale mana by scaling intelligence. If we are scaling intelligence, we need a bunch of uniques. Do we even worry about intelligence? Yes, intelligence means energy shield as well, so I think we're gonna do that. Here's what we're gonna do. Oh, did we do the old splitting voices build? I think we're gonna end up with splitting voices. I'm just gonna put that in now. I am pretty sure this is how we're gonna be going here. Split personality, sorry. Splitting voices is a very different thing. Plurple, hello. Hisuma. He's like, wait, color changing? Yes, I can be Plurple. Don't be a hater. What, you think GooBoys can only be one color? No. Exactly, we can change. August 19th is Metal Gary's debut. Yes, a lot of colors debut, actually. You're gonna have all the juicy stuff. So split personality, if you guys don't know, how it works is for every node you pick, it gives you stats based on how many nodes are between it and your starting location. But there's a lot of different ones. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go intelligence and mana. So every node gives us 5 intelligence and 5 mana. We're gonna add this to the build. We're gonna come back to that in a bit. Don't worry about that. We're gonna come right back to it. I still need a build. Wait, hold on. What are we gonna use? What's gonna be like our skill? I don't know what skill we're gonna use. That's the problem. We could do like frost blades. We could do frost blades. We could do ice crash. No. Lightning strike. So I know lightning strike is gonna get nerfed. For now, let's just run it for lack of better options. Let's have it. I know it's gonna get nerfed, but let's do it. We also need a sword. It literally does not matter what we use. Let's just do a white. Let's just do a white empty jewel foil. Nope, that still has crit multi on it. No, it doesn't matter. Okay, so now we have that. Boom, hit change 26%, beautiful. Every int we do, you could see every int we do increases our DPS because we're scaling mana and energy shield, which is also defenses. Cool, all right? We're gonna go mind over matter, and then we go here. Now, we do need mana regeneration, we need health regeneration, and we need energy shield, so we can't go like the agnostic, right? So if I leak started energy blade, how would we want to do this? Static strike maybe, since you have no attack speed. We have a base attack. What is the what's the base attack speed of this thing? Let's go to config. I'm sure it'll say under here, right? Attack rate is 1 per second? No way, that's not right. Hold on, what's my... Oh, we gotta look up a picture of it. Ugh. 1.7, thank you. Damn, that's really fast attack speed. So, well, not, actually it's not really fast, it's like normal. But you know what, we'll take it. So, 1.7 attack speed. We do need attack speed, but we'll worry about it in a bit. So, first we need intelligence. Let's worry about that first. We could go like this way. We could go block. I'm okay with block. Do we get block? Ooh, I would love block on the build. I think we could pull it off. Okay, here's what we do. We go down here. Gary, what are you doing? This strength. Oh, buddy, don't you worry about that. We don't need life yet. We're not going to take glancing blows. Maybe. Probably not. Let's just pick up our block nodes, and we'll come back to that in a bit. Let's pick up that. Pick up this life node, maybe. We do have a mana thing here. Guard skills have increased duration, and we want 10%... where is it? 10% damage taken recouped as mana. Go down here, this mana node. 10% damage taken recouped as mana. Super juicy, super good. I'm just gonna have it in there right now. We need Arcane Cloak. Arcane Cloak, there it is. Yep, that's a damage increase. We're not config for a boss yet. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't you worry about that. Pizza Gary! No Pizza Gary. That would be disgusting. Can't be running around as a pizza. You're crazy. So if you're wondering why all this strength is here, there is a beautiful item called, I'm going to remember here, Brute Force Solution. Yeah, there you go. We're only going to run this with max, add to build. This is also going to be our source of corrupted blood immunity. Obviously you're not going to have that at leak start, but I just want to have it just because it's a unique jewel and that's a good time to do it. So Brute Force Solution right there. This Brute Force is amazing. This hits your entire start. This hits Sanctity, which means this is a plus 20 int node with increased max energy shield. We also have all of these nodes getting hit and all of this getting hit. It's just really good. It's a good spot for it. Oh, do we want Righteous Decree? That's a lot of extra mana. Actually, this is better node. It's a lot of extra mana, but I'm still not going to do it. It's a lot. Geez, even that adds more damage. To give you an idea of how much mana scaling that is, this one node for 22% increased mana gives us more damage than Divine Fervor, which is melee crit, attack damage, and strength and end. Just to give you an idea how much mana matters here. So that's pretty juicy. So let's go over here. Increased max mana, pretty amazing. So now we get our juicy nodes here. Now we get the good stuff. More energy shield is more damage, but it's not much. So I'd rather go up here. We don't need to worry about reduced mana cost of skills. We're pretty good there. So this is where we're gonna get our mind over matter. Not there. So we're taking this whole diverted route out because we're going to run split personality. So by the way, spoiler alert, we're going to end up down here. So just keep that in mind. So we could go over here. There's nothing I want over here, right? There is spell block. I kind of want spell block. Let's for now just get these nodes. And then we're also going to run chance to block. Let's get these nodes. And we're going to get plus max to block. One of them maybe. This is max energy shield and life, so obviously you're going to run that. Okay, so now we have a few more kind of beep boop bibbity bop gem slots to get. So, what else do we want here? Well, we want these reservation nodes probably, but we'll consider that in a second. Let's go over here. Let's get... What else do we want here? Do we want anything up here? Do we need a lightning mastery? That's the question. Lightning mastery would give us 80% crit. Lightning damage with non-crits is lucky. We could go elemental overload. That's a possibility. That picture looks like old Kratos. What? The mana ES cluster would be good. Yes, you are correct. That it would be a very good node. That is a great observation. Because mana is damage and tankiness. We want 3% as mana as extra energy shield. We probably need dexterity roll. Yeah, we need all the dexterity we can get, unfortunately. So we're probably going to go elemental overload and just not worry about crit anymore. Plus, that allows us to get that juicy node. One of my favorite nodes in the game. Boom, boom, boom. Wrong way. Boom, 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 boom. And then lightning mastery. Damage with non-crits is lucky. So that's pretty great on Energy Blade, right? Because it's pure lightning damage. It's just 18 to 343 lightning damage. So that's pretty amazing with Lucky. I mean, that's at best, at its absolute best, it's 25% more damage, but, you know, we also have Elemental Overload, so it's not really, you know, it's not that bad. We're going to go over here. We're going to get our mana. We do want... probably mana recovery is going to be the way to go. Or we just go mana per guard skill. That's fine. Jewel. We want to go over here now. We still don't want these lightning nodes, but we do want these. Lightning damage with attack skills. So now what do we get? Well, we could... Do those projectiles pierce on lightning strike? It's been a long time since I played a lightning strike build. Projectiles cannot miss if the melee attack hits a target. Okay. I'm assuming these projectiles cannot pierce. So we do need non-projectile chaining lightning skills. Oh, non-projectile chaining lightning skills. These are projectiles. Oh, never mind. Forget that. Okay. Increases and reductions to max mana also apply to shock effect at 30% of the value. Pretty good for this build. More mana reservation. Probably not going to pick it up yet. We still don't need it. Spell damage while holding a shield. We could go Crown of Eyes and just go here with Iron Will. That's not worth it, right? That's not worth it. Gretchen Torres, hello. I see you. All right, so if we're running Energy Blade with split personality, we're going to go around here. We're going to go up here. Maybe there's something goofy we could do like this. You know what? Until I need the points, let's do that. It looks better. So boom, 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 boom. Let's go down here. Do we want Ghost Shrouds? We could. It's a possibility. It's definitely a possibility. We definitely want Clever Thief. That is our life regen. Gonna go for more life. We need a little bit more juice. I want to get to like here. This is my goal. The reason why is we want free Culling Strike and Frenzy Charge generation. It's really good. So that would be Frenzy Charges. Let's enable that. We do need a mark, so let's go Assassin's Mark. Warlord's Mark? Why is that so high? Oh, Rage? Nah, let's go Assassin's Mark. I like the... Oh, no, there's no point in going Assassin's Mark. We're not crit. We're not crit, boys! I guess we are just running LE weakness. Wait, hold on. Do I want Warlord's Mark? I mean, I can't run it while mapping. I mean, if we're going to run a curse, I guess we're not running a Sniper's Mark? I guess Sniper's Mark would be good against bosses, huh? That would be pretty good. All right, let's go Sniper's Mark and then mark on hit. Bam. Okay, so that's where we're going to get a mark. If we get Frenzy Charges, more damage, Culling Strike, the whole 9 yards. So that's pretty juicy. We also have these sword nodes here. I don't need crit. I could go block. That'd be kind of juicy. That would be that juicy block. We could go increased crit chance. Nah. Melee strike range? That would help. Maybe go Mind of the Council. Well, we're not to uniques yet. Plus, this is a league start, so, you know, careful. Careful. You gotta be a little careful. I guess Mind of the Council is never that expensive, right? Ultimately, yes, you should probably want to go Mind of the Council. But, you know, just, it would just be kind of cool. Plus, we get more lightning damage immunity, which is pretty juicy. Isn't there a Fizz taken as lightning? Wait, is Doriani's have Fizz taken as lightning? Deal no non-lightning damage. Armor applies to lightning damage taken from hits. Armor also applies to lightning damage taken from hits. So, help me out, guys. Lightning damage taken from hits. If we go lightning coil, why would we want lightning coil? Hold on. Is that really better than the other one? Lightning coil, 30% of Fizz damage taken from hits. Okay, so we have lightning coil, right? And that's cool. And that used to be amazing. But then you compare it to Doriani's prototype, where you have armor applies to increase lightning damage taken from hits. So, would it not be better to go... No, this wouldn't be better. This would be worse. Actually, it wouldn't be that bad. We could go that shield. It would give us lightning damage shield, and we could just go negative lightning res with like melding or something. We could go this in melding and just get a bunch of armor. I'm not gonna use it, but it's a possibility. I feel like there's a build in there somewhere where you go like this, melding to get the negative lightning res. Then you would go Fizz taken as lightning. No, you wouldn't want Fizz taken as lightning. The shield just helps with that. You want the opposite. You want lightning taken as everything else. I don't know. Maybe we do go coil. Nobody uses coils anymore, right? 30% damage from Fizz is taken as lightning. How expensive is a lightning coil at league start? Are we going to see Birthday Cake Gary? Maybe. Buffering. I'm not buffering, but I hope your internet gets fixed soon. Let's look up on PoE Ninja the price of a lightning coil at league start. Maybe we will do something. Nobody uses lightning coil anymore, right? Wow, a 6-link lightning coil right now is 25 chaos. So 30 chaos. Wow. A 6-link lightning coil 2 days into the league was 30 chaos. Oh my god. 15 chaos, 20 chaos, all for a 6-link lightning coil. So how much is the lightning coil just in general? 1 chaos. Okay. It's cheap. I gotcha. We could go lightning coil. Well, it's so hard to say. So we could go Cyclopean Coil. That's usually the go-to for attribute stackers, right? Cannot be shocked always. If our strength is higher than Dex, we cannot be ignited. But that doesn't matter. Ignite's whatever. Frozen is be the one I want. So let's put that on the build right now because I'm going to need it anyway. Oh, that's going to get maxed. Attributes, I would only buy it if it's 15. Life can be whatever. Add to build. So we have cannot be shocked now, and well, that doesn't matter anyway because we're probably gonna run Tempest Shield, but it's a possibility. Let's drop our block nodes for now, and let's go this way. In fact, let's drop all of this and assume I don't need it. So now we're gonna go over here. It's juicy. We have the points. So now what do? Well, we need a cluster. Literally any cluster works, as long as it's a large. And we literally can just do anything in the build. Anything at all. Wand damage. We'll make it absolutely useless. And it's going to be an 8 passive too. Okay. Right there. Okay. So what are we going to do with this? Well, all we're using it for is just these 2 slots. What am I going to put here? Probably life clusters, but don't worry. That's for later. What we're going to do is have split personality. So, one there. One there, and you notice something kind of cool happened. We got a whole whole lot of mana on the build. Every single split personality here, we have 2 of them. Each one gives us 306 mana and 77 intelligence. And that's pretty amazing. So for each jewel socket, we're paying what? Effectively one jewel socket and 5 points to get 140 int, and we have whatever small passive bonuses we have on the build. So that's pretty good. We have other things we could get here. We could go projectile crit if we wanted it. But now you see why I'm going the non-damage with non-crits is lucky, because it scales with gear forever. I don't know. I think it's pretty good. Any way to use the siege. The siege? What's the siege? Kineticism? Attack projectiles, inflict bleeding and maim, and knock back. Projectiles cannot fork, pierce, or chain. You know what I would use that on? I would use it. Do you know what Fury Valve is? Fury Valve is a skill that's very unique. The idea is that the number of projectiles you have, like 10 projectiles, instead of shooting out 10 like split arrow, here's what you do. Split arrow, greater multiple projectiles, dead eye. Okay, you have a ton of projectiles you split out. With Fury Valve, what you do is you shoot out 1 projectile. Just 1. And when it hits the enemy, and it does not chain, pierce, fork, doesn't do anything like that. It's just the end of the projectile. If it hits an enemy, then in a nova around that enemy, it shoots out all the projectiles in any amount. It's not even, it's just random. But if you shoot out 12 projectiles, it might as well be even. So you have 12 projectiles that shoot out, and they cannot pierce, they cannot fork or anything. I can imagine a world where you use that with the siege, with like a bleed glad or something like that. And that way your projectiles always will always like bleed and maim and knock back if you even use this. That's even if you want to use it. But yeah, I would use it with Fury Valve. I don't know how else you would want to use that, to be honest. I was playing Pac-Man and the new beat is fire. I didn't even know there was a new Pac-Man. I didn't even know that there could be a new Pac-Man, but nice. That's how I would use the siege, is with Fury Valve and like a bleed glad or something. You want to make that build? Okay, this is bottom line. This is how I would do like an Energy Blade starter on Inquisitor. Just go in stacking, because we only have like 650 int, okay? We could get to like 1600 or 1700. It's not that hard. We don't even have like our other uniques we would use. I think there's something there. The problem is your skill that you're going to use. Right now I'm using a lightning strike with no gems on it. We'll just throw, you can see what our damage is at now. We'll actually use gem links. Where's the one that you cannot? Well, lightning pen. That's pretty necessary. LD focus, no, because we want to shock. LD damage with attacks and added lightning. We'll go inspiration. No, I don't need inspiration, right? We're not critting. Innervate. Innervate would be pretty cool. Innervate is better, so let's do that. We're going to assume they're shocked with 1 shock effect and with Innervate. So there you go. And now it's worse than. Yeah, so that's how I would like set that up. Right now we're at like 55,000 DPS with a 1 chaos shield and a coil, which is probably not going to be necessary. Well, it will be necessary, but not for League Start. So how is that feeling about that? You need double split personality? I don't know, dog. That seems kind of iffy. I'm looking at this. The defenses are there. The regen is there because you can run like Clarity and Clarity. You're gonna run a Vitality for regen. Like there's a build there. I think there's something there. You need something better than Lightning Strike, because Lightning Strike is just kind of whatever. It gives you clear, but I guess you do get Pierce here as well, and you just get more proj speed. That's a possibility. Getting projectile stuff there, and if you want even more, you could go right here and just get more projectile speed that way. You could also get Far Shot. So I guess that gives you Far Shot, right? Okay, that's a possibility. Yeah, that could work. That gives you a lot of quality of life. I just, that's how I would build it. What else do we want to do? The Siege with Fury Valve? That'd be kind of a fun build, right? Fury Valve, let's look up the price. So whenever I do a unique and a starter, if it's less than like 50 chaos on day 1, you could probably get it on day 1. Getting 50 chaos on day 1 is not hard, okay? You're just run all your league mechanics and you're gonna get it even without trading. You're just gonna get raw chaos. So let's try it. Whoops, PoE Ninja, not trade. Fury Valve. It should be a little spendy, I think. League start 24, well, probably higher. By day 3, it's 9 chaos, and then it goes down to like 5, and then somebody found a build for it. Now it's 10 chaos. Okay, I think that's fair. I think that's a day 1 unique for players like me. And for players like you too. Hey, you can do it too. Obviously, that's going to get maxed. Everything else we can just keep low. Okay, so Fury Valve, and then we want the Siege. The Siege might have the same problem, though. Is that a day 1 unique? If it is, that'd be kind of cool, because then you could do cool stuff. Like, you don't even need chance to bleed at any point. You can just go to a gem socket and just equip it. Yes, it is. 5 chaos. By day 2, it's like 3 to 5 chaos, probably. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. That's interesting. How interesting. I didn't realize it was going to be that cheap. All right. I guess nobody likes the Siege. So small cluster jewel. So now we have bleeding taken care of. We have maim taken care of. So let's do like a bleed. Do we want to do a bleed gladiator or like a bleed deadeye? How would rupture work with it? Is this like a rupture build? How would we make a build about Fury Valve and the Siege? Let's just see what it looks like real quick, just to make sure I have it right. Let's assume we're a Deadeye. We get on here, we get our jewel socket, we go to Siege, boom. We get kineticism. Attack projectiles always inflict bleeding and maim and knock back enemies. Projectiles cannot pierce, fork, or chain. Fury Valve solves that problem. So we go rupturing. So we want to go crit. Attack crits which increase bleeding also inflict rupture, and you always bleed. Ruptured targets take 25% more damage. Bleeding on them expires 25% more quickly. Can 3 ruptures can affect the target. So maybe this is like a rupturing build in the making. Maybe that is how I would use that. Gary, I got a mage blood from a random monster from the mine. I'm rich. Meltman, I hope you enjoy your wealth for the next 2 weeks, and then the whole league restarts. No, it's good. Hey, if you did get a mage blood, congratulations. Awesome for you. Do some stupid build with it, and then cry when the league restarts in 2 weeks. It's the old one on iOS, and I'm signing into it, and all of a sudden, music. Ooh, rock on, dude. Yeah, I think this is... you know what? I'm not going to lie. I kind of want to make a rupture build now. Well, how about this? What do we lose if we don't go glad? We could go... Well, no matter what, we're going bows. That's pretty self-explanatory. So let's think... Do we want to just go Lionize? That's a pretty good day 1 starter, right? Lionize Glare. It's not a great weapon. It's kind of just whatever. But it's good enough for like a league start. And mana's we can do low. All right, it's a league start weapon. That's what it is. But it's pretty easy to get. So if I were going gladiator, I would go rear guard, without even a second thought. Rear guard with oh, that did see a nerf. Damn. We could go like rear guard, get a bunch of block. I would only run it with 24% and 15 or 16 block. I would only run it if it's max rolled. And then that's going to get max with Blessed Orbs. So rear guard, and then we would go duelist, gladiator. Let's run the gladiator version first, and then we'll worry about rupture second. But I think this is going to end up being a rupture build. Oh, hi. I was just checking your channel, and I'm here. Hi, Oswaldo. Hello. How's it going? Maybe kineticism plus rain of arrows? No. If we went kineticism, we're going to run Fury Valve, right? Fury Valve makes it so that your projectiles, you never want chain or pierce or whatever, right? That's like... You don't want that. Okay, that's bad. So that's bad because the projectile doesn't proliferate. So this gives you +2 proj. You throw out your projectile, it hits, it then proliferates out from there in a nova. And that seems to blend really well with kineticism, which guarantees the bleed at all times. So my logic is, okay, so you don't have to worry about chance to bleed. You don't have to worry about, we're running a rupture build. Nah, I kind of, but then again, we could run rear guard, guys. How often do you get to run rear guard? All right, somebody out there can make a rear guard version with Gladiator. I think there's something there. And you know what, guys? I'm gonna be honest. If they buff Gladiator and they change how that block works, you bet your ass I'm probably gonna be doing this build with a rear guard, just to kind of, you know, give it a little je ne sais quoi, little nice. Dragonkin, are you not entertained? Yes. I know that's a Gladiator joke, but like reference. Okay, I know that's not what he sounds like. Nostromo, love the enthusiasm, man, but enjoying. Hold on, guys, pause. Why am I not playing music right now? How do you people listen to me without any music? What do you guys want to listen to? Let's do Lo-Fi Leah, because I don't know how this lady does not have like 1 million views on YouTube. Seems like she has like the good stuff when it comes to the music she plays. Let's go season 4. 8,000 subscribers, by the way. I think she's gonna be a big channel. She makes the best lo-fi music on YouTube, I think. Wow, that's loud, I'm sorry. It's meant to be a vibe, not a rave. Also, love your enthusiasm, man, but enjoying your YouTube vids. Thank you, Nostromo. You sound like a vampire. No, thank you. That makes my day. I really appreciate that. So nice. Man, YouTubers are so nice. You know, like Twitch streamers come in and they're like, you look like Shrek's cum. And it's like, okay, fine, whatever. But then YouTubers come in and like, hey man, I hope you have a great day. I've been enjoying your YouTube video. I'm like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Aw, give me. All right. So this is a Fury Valve Lionized Glare build, right? Cool. So what do we want to do with it? If we're gonna run, because we have guaranteed chance to bleed. You know what? I keep going back and forth. Let's go Gladiator with rear guard, because if Gladiator gets buffed, I want to have a build ready for it, and I could just immediately come out with that juicy vid, okay? I'm only ever going to run rear guard with max block. I'm not going to buy anything cheaper. So rear guard, Lionized Glare. We have a ton of block. Let's go Gladiator, get more block. And now we're at 38-15. We're going to go bleed. And what skill do we want to use? I think maybe just Split Arrow might be the way to go. We could go Tornado Shot. Tornado Shot has a pretty unique interaction with Fury Valve. The projectile... Oh god, how do I explain this? Oh god, how do I say this? The big projectile for Tornado Shot always pierces, but Fury Valve considers that to be a finished projectile, so it proliferates the big shot. I don't know how many people know that, but we don't need it. We're a bleed build, right? So if we're just a bleed build, do we just go Split Arrow? It's just a bunch of added fizz. It's so good. Let's do it. Why not? Hell, I'm gonna get to run speeder, blah blah blah, whatever. Divergent would be the goal, obviously. So let's sort by bleed DPS and let's see what we can do here. Vicious Proj, of course. Brutality. Cruelty. Deadly Ailments. We need chance to bleed. I'm liking these damage scalings already. We could go Cruelty or we could go Swift Affliction. Let's go... What do I want? Let's go Swift Affliction. We maybe switch back to Cruelty at some point, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Dragonkin making me red. He blushes. True. Red goo? Yes, red goo. People on Twitch can use Twitch redeems to change my color. What do you think? You guys think you... Hold on. I'm going to zoom in for you people. Do you think this Twitch stream is all about highlight my message in Twitch? Nope. Nope. You guys can color change me, motherfuckers. That's right. I have a quality stream here. Gary, you're breaking the fourth wall. I know. Also, you know what? I should move my fat head over just a little so you guys can see the left side. All right, so if we're running Gladiator and we're gonna go block and we're gonna go bleed, we have bleed explosions, which makes map clear even better, something that Deadeye won't have. Deadeye is just gonna have a bunch of projectiles to help with clear, but outside of rupture for damage, what else would Deadeye even give us? We cannot go Ricochet. Ricochet gives us chain. Chain is bad. We don't want any chaining. Mighty Shaw, I see you lurking there, Mighty Shaw, making me the cosmic goo. Too close. Ah, panic. Ghost? Yes, I'm a spooky ghost. Exactly. By the way, if you guys don't know, August 19th, when the new league starts, new colors. We're gonna have new colors, new emotes. We're talking like, I had 160 subscribers on Twitch, so we're gonna have like 15 new emotes, some of which are gonna be animated. We're gonna have nodders where I can do this stupid action with my dumb hair. Look how bouncy my hair is. Is that cleavage or pecs? That's pecs! I'm a dude! Do I sound like a girl? Nope. Nope. Nah, they're hey, you guys want to see my chest? I can show you my chest. Hold on. Look, you can even see the comparison between ghost me and not me. When does the ghost stop and the goose start? Nope, not gonna look any deeper. Nope, you can't see my hands. That's forbidden knowledge. Gray? No, ghost. I'm Casper, except Gasper. I'm Gasper. Gasp. Yes, there we go. Hey, now you are the universe. You are the universally infinite scan. I don't know what you were trying to say, Oswaldo. I'm sorry. Also, your audio's starting to pop. Is it? Oh, is it? I thought I had a. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My mic was at max gain. I don't know why it was. So thank you, Dragonkin. See, stuff like that helps out a lot with my audio. Like, small streamers don't know how their audio is gonna work. It has been crunching for a while. Tell me. Listen, I'm not a big streamer. I've only been streaming for like, since last October, for like ever. I'm still getting used to things. If that ever happens, please tell me. I always forget I have to like manually scroll down the gain on my mic every day. And whenever the stream starts, because it like resets. So I have to like redo it and I always forget. And so when my audio starts popping, then please tell me because I can fix it. I wasn't gonna say anything till the end. Cooley, you know, this motherfucker will watch my stream for like hours on end and he only pops in to say that. Cooley, hi, I see you lurking there. You were like kind of a galaxy goo thing. I was the cosmic goo. I was big. You'll be? Yes. I will next time. Thank you. But yeah, small streamers, you want to make a small streamer's day? Here's what you should do. If you want to make a small streamer's day, go to their stream, and if they sound good, only do this if they sound good, right? If you want to make a small streamer's day, what you should do is go... What? Pirate? Meltman just wanted to see Mr. Gunther, my pirate, or parrot. He ain't a pirate, he's a parrot. That's what I name all my pets, Gunther. What you should do to make a small streamer's day is go to their stream, and if they have good audio, say, hey man, the audio sounds great. I can promise you they will appreciate that. 100%, no doubt about it. Because they don't get feedback like that. As if I'm not one of them. Small streamers, we don't get feedback like that very often. We don't get people coming in and being like, do you mean for your audio to be like really quiet? Or do you mean to not have the game audio playing? Like questions like that, I can promise you will help them out so much on the stream. There was a pineapple under the sea. Oh, I do look like that guy, don't I? True. So if we went Deadeye, what would we do? We can't go Ricochet. We would go Far Shot. We would probably go Far Shot. It's just more damage, and we're going to stay at a distance anyway. And Endless Munitions, just Wave Clear. Tailwind for attack speed and Rupturing? That's so awkward. You know what? Maybe Gladiator is the way to go, because we get Bleed and we get Block. And Gladiator is probably going to see some buffs next patch, so that'll be kind of cool, right? Okay, so we have 38-15 chance to block. Let's go down the Gladiator tree. Boom, get some life, get some accuracy. There are bow skills here, which gives us proj speed. That's pretty dope. Oh, right, we're using Lionized Glare, so we have hits can't be evaded. Hey, league start scenario, baby. Let's go full damage. Do we want to go left or right? We're going to hit up this node, because that's great. Probably want to go this way, actually. I'm thinking like league start in my head. Okay, league start, right? So what we want is just like damage, basically. Proj speed, that kind of deal. Damage over time with bows, ailment, damage over time. Damage over time. Don't need area of effect. And then we want no area of effect, but we do want get a bunch of accuracy. Proj speed also applies to damage. Oh, sure, why not? We do need that node. I'm not gonna go Vol Strike or Vol Pact or anything. I don't think we need it. Let's go health. We need this no matter what, but we can get that up there too. It's not like it's mandatory we go here. Do we want to go precise technique? Do we want to go precise technique on this build? Let me think. I almost want to. Because we're not going rupturing, so we don't need to crit with bleed bows, right? I'm thinking about, like, in my head of how we're gonna operate this. Yes, do it. If we go blood pops are incredibly satisfying. Nostromo, yes, true. Definitely. We also have easy access to spell suppression, but guys, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be willing to break it to you. Spell suppression is getting nerfed. It's too good. Every build's taking it. It's gonna be like, instead of 50% reduction, it's gonna be like 33%. I'm expecting like it to get demolished by nerfs. Anyway, so no matter what, we're getting these nodes, right? Let's do it. Let's take precise technique. Let's go weapon 1. So that gives us a bunch of accuracy. We're gonna go precise technique. That's kind of cool. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. If that's the case, I don't really want to go here for this. Let's take that out. Let's not go here. Let's drop that. We're not gonna go point blank, but we are gonna get further projectiles or whatever, because this thing needs to go like 1,000. And the enemy is bleeding, and the enemy is not moving, because we're gonna go here. Crimson Dance, we do need some chance to cause bleeding somewhere, so we might as well go. Oh no, we already have it. Never mind, we're good. And we have, we only have 2 bleed masteries. I don't know if people realize this. Bleed wheels, there's only 2 bleed wheels on the tree, so you only get 2 of the 5. So we're not gonna do endurance charges, probably, maybe, I don't know. Let's do bleeding duration. We're probably gonna go reservations, but we'll hold off for a second. Life node, and then we come up here because we need this bleed node anyway. It's just too much damage to ignore. And then we'll get, I don't know, we'll probably go endurance charges, whatever, it's fine. We're running past 2 of them anyway. Let's do this instead. 1 2 1 2. Never mind, I don't like that. That's too many points for an endurance charge. Okay, we have our bleed node. Is there anything else we can get up here? Life regen, bunch of life. That's kind of cool. Like that. Melee hits fortified, doesn't apply to us. You know what? This kind of reminds me of like if we ran champion here, because champion's gonna get nerfed, but we could run this fortify node that gives us just 10% reduced damage taken over time all the time. It's kind of cool, right? We just need accuracy and oh, we are gonna run precision. Oh, do we want to run precision? We don't scale accuracy. We just need more accuracy than life, right? And we can never deal crits. Okay. All right, I got you. I got you. I see what's up. And if we ever need to, we can get more of that. Okay. And we have no life. I'm betting once we go to level 90, now we got problems. Oh no, it still works. Damn. Okay. Is it just me, or are you like quiet? I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I quiet? Am I too quiet? I can easily make me louder. I'm just always paranoid about it. Always paranoid. Projectile mastery. We are absolutely going more proj speed. I love proj speed. Fortified chant for bow bills is one of the leaks are true. Okay, so you say leaks. Where are these leaks? Somebody said it earlier and I was looking it up off screen, but I didn't see anything. Do you have like a link for it? I trust you to link it, but I'm absolutely willing to look at leaks if you guys are. You're quieter after turning down your gain because of the clipping? I know I'm quieter, but is it like to a fault? Like, is it like a problem? Here, I'll raise it up just a little. So there, I have increased it a little. If it's still too quiet, please let me know. So we don't need proj speed. I do want phasing. Boom, free phasing while mapping. This little 1-point wonder here. I think this is my favorite 1-point wonder on the tree. You just get 1 point, bam, phasing. Isn't that amazing? So where are we at here? What's our, okay, okay. I always like to sit back and ask, okay, this build has 3 uniques, right? But these are cheap. You can get these all day one, right? The only expensive one's gonna be Fury Valve, and that's like optional. And the siege is also optional, right? Because you get so much chance to bleed anyway. In fact, you don't need chance to bleed at all anywhere. You just get it always, because we're using kineticism. So the question is my scope too wide? The only reason I'm even going up here is for the bleed node. If I don't get that, is that the end of the world? Maybe. I don't know. It's not my end of the world. Let's just go up here. Let's see what we got here. We already have mana leech from here, so we don't need that. We could go Mark Mastery. Is there any mark I want? Vulnerability if I wanted it. Despair if I wanted it. The only one we would use is Poacher's Mark. We would get a bunch of fizz for bleed, but that's about it. If we ran a mark, we could go Mark Mastery and get culling and stuff right here. This is a great node. This would just give us duration and damage. Let's go up here. Let's get this juicy damage over time thing, and we get a bow mastery, which is useless. I guess blink arrow, you get cooldown recovery rate. That's kind of juicy, right? Light notes. This is Tetris lo-fi in the background. Thank you for the link. Now you speak like Donkey from Shrek. Meltman! Is that a compliment? I want waffles. Wait, what does he say at the beginning of the Shrek movie? He's like, and in the morning, I'm making waffles. I don't sound like Donkey. Shut up, chat. I don't believe you. It makes life hard to find if you delete left. Oh, that is true. Yeah, if I delete life, that's pretty hard to justify, right? Yeah, because right now I have 169%, which is pretty good, because I'm coming here anyway. This is where we're going to put our... This is why I was going up the right. This is where we're putting our siege. So we're going to get kineticism here. So now we always inflict bleeding, which makes me think, does it want chance to bleed still? It does. Damn, really? Okay, so we are going to look at this doc. This is going to be the leak doc. Spoilers. It was leaked from Chinese Realm. That's why it's in Chinese. Oh. Actually, no, I don't. You're loud. I think it's me since I'm next to my little bro and he's watching these cringe loud Roblox VTubers. Oh, hey. Well, you know what? It is what it is. Do you have an English translation of this doc? If this is the actual, like... Oh, you know what? I wonder if this is a leak of the manifesto. Not of the actual patch, but like the manifesto they're gonna put out in 6 days. It's gonna go manifesto. Oh no, it's gonna be earlier than that. Yeah, manifesto on the 3rd. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Manifesto on the 4th. So this is how it works. Today was the announcement of the league name. The 4th is going to be the balanced manifesto. The 11th is like the league mechanics, the video, the patch notes, and the launch is the 19th. I think that's how it's going to work. Or maybe the 12th. Whatever. Is when the patch notes. Anyway, all it is to say it goes week by week. I Google translated it. Okay. If this is gonna say like Gary looks like Shrek's cum, listen, all right, I'm gonna be upset with you. English or no, or Cantonese, I think, is that what it's called? Cantonese to English. Oh no, Mandarin. Thank you. Mandarin to Mandarin to English translate. Enter text. Text exceeds 3,900 characters. God damn it. Fine, we'll go section by section, boys. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. There, we'll do here. Does that work? No, it's still more. Oh my god, there's so many numbers. I see like 80 to 90%. I see that. Okay, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 7. Okay. So this is a new section here. Okay. Here we go. Leaks. Hold on, we should change our title here. Well, no, we're gonna go right back to it in a second. Anyway, let's go over this. Let me move my fat head, I guess. Can I make this bigger? Can I? Is that like a thing I could do? Ugh, whatever. All right, let me move my fat head here. Wait. Skills. I'm a VTuber. Shut up. All right, let's look at it together. Patch leaks for the page. You cannot translate it directly from the page. If I had a plugin, I could. Wait, can I? Word count, view, edit, file. I could download it. Details? Yeah, unless there's some way I don't realize. Help? Yeah, I can't translate it unless there's like some plugin I don't realize. Accessibility? Anyway, skill changes. 1. The crit damage of Nightblade is removed from agility. It is now a fixed bonus, so it no longer benefits from the dexterity effect. Okay, okay, this is bad Chinese, right? Or, sorry, not bad Chinese. It is a bad translation. I think what it's saying is that Nightblade no longer has the crit damage bonus, or at the very least, it does not... Oh, I see. You cannot scale the crit damage bonus of Elusive. That's what it's saying. So Nightblade might be renamed to Agility or something. So increased Elusive effect does not give you more crit multi. So you can't get like 500% crit multi from one gem. I think that's what it's trying to say there, which makes sense. We knew Nightblade was going to get demolished. It's kind of inevitable, right? 2. The single attack of Lightning Strike now only damages a single target once. Oh, that's pretty easy. So this is saying that normally the ideal way to play Lightning Strike is you have a melee strike +1, right? You have like an Ancestral Call effect. So you would attack, the Ancestral Call would hit the enemy and shoot out projectiles, but your initial attack away from the boss also has projectiles that could hit, so you were like double dipping your damage. This is just bringing it in line with every other strike skill. Molten Strike had the same thing happen to it, and people were considered that dead, and now it's like arguably after this nerf the best melee strike skill, so it's not that bad. Lightning Strike was already too good, but hey, if that's the only nerf it sees, that's really fucking good. So there you go. 3. The number of arrows of mother arrows in Tornado Shot is now fixed at 1. Oh, that's a big change. And all attributes that increase the number of projectiles now only increase the number of child arrows. Oh my god, they gave it a Fury Valve effect. That's Fury Valve. It's making it so that oh my god, I just talked about Fury Valve Tornado Shot interaction. So now, instead of shooting out like 10 Tornado Shot mother shots that did split into like 3 or 5 or 4 little baby projectiles, you now have one super projectile that splits into like 10 child. Interesting. Tornado Shot got destroyed. Yeah, because if that's all they did, that's the only change they made, they just absolutely demolished Tornado Shot. That has to be a number buff with it, because without a number buff, this makes it terrible. Unless Fury Valve works with it, in which case it's the single most broken thing in the world, but I doubt it will. I think they're gonna number buff this. They have to, because if that's the only change they're making, they just fuck Tornado Shot builds, man. Rip. 4. The number of layers of explosive arrows against monsters by different explosive arrow ballistas is now calculated independently. If that's the only nerf explosive arrow sees, it is a-okay. Yeah, it was too powerful. It was too good. If that's the only nerf it sees is that different, you can't like stack 5 ballistas into one super explosive arrow. If that's the only difference, it's totally fine. That is not a bad change at all. I agree with that. The split effect of Sniper's Mark. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. They just nerfed Spectral Throw, didn't they? I league started deck stacking Spectral Throw with Mark effect. The split effect of Sniper's Mark now has a trigger cooldown of 0.5 seconds. They killed Spectral Throw. No. GGG. Why? Why did you kill Spectral Throw? This is fake. This is fake. They killed Spectral Throw. Was it really that broken? Was there any other skill that abused Sniper's Mark as much as Spectral Throw did? Wow. They just killed Spectral Throw. They killed Spectral Throw. I'm offended by that. I wanted balance changes, not Spectral Throw to get nerfed. Ah! Oh no. All bow skills. Oh no. Well, sure, but like, are you giving Spectral Throw some love? That's the only way it was viable. Spectral Throw is now back to being I'm excited to see Mathel build it this league. I don't know how Mathel is gonna pull Spectral Throw out of the corpse that it is with his cold, dead hands, but Mathel will make Spectral Throw viable, but no longer by using Deadeye, because that just killed it. Wow. RIP Spectral Throw. The continuous fire damage of Flame Trap has been slightly reduced. Okay, yeah, Flame Trap got nerfed. It was surprise. Now all summon skills have added attribute. The explosion damage of the summon is reduced by an additional 60%. Did they nerf minion instability? No way. Now all summon skills have an added attribute. The explosion damage of the summon skill is reduced by an additional 60%. Oh, wait for the Deadeye section? Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh no, I wanted nerfs, by the way. I did want nerfs, that's good. I wanted a nerf league. I think that's totally fine. But don't nerf Spectral Throw. Did they nerf minion instability? I say that, we're not gonna play Path of Exile right now. I just wanna show you what the build I'm working on is. This is gonna be the next video. Final build of the league, by the way. What I'm working on is a minion instability. Oh! Live of Kalandra expansion reveal. We're looking at the leaked notes right now. This is my character. Pop goes the Bone Boys. We are, wow, load slower, please? Jesus. Wow, it is absolutely getting updated. We're playing a minion instability build where we summon like 1 million skeletons at once. Oh, whoops, I'm using the wrong window. That's why it's laggy. There we go. So we are, we're minion instability build, so we're popping like 8 skeletons per summon with, From Dust, which allows us to summon 8 skeleton warriors. And the way I have the cooldown adjusted with how fast they die is I'm holding down right click right now, and it's like perfectly summoning 8 skeletons every time I have the mana for it, and every time they die. It's just perfectly timed. And I'm pretty proud of this build, but if they just reduce the explosion damage by 60% and they don't buff minion life, this build just got destroyed. So RIP minion instability if that's the nerf that's there. But yeah, I'm super excited to show off this build video. I'm kind of proud of this build, you know? I think this is a pretty fun build. We're using Arendal's Embrace and a Infernal Legion and a Malagaro's Lens, which is minus 50 all res, but we have Necromantic Aegis. Those 3 things together make skeletons die super fast. And I don't know, I think it's kind of a good build. I think it's fun. Anyway, it might have just got demolished, so we'll see. So let's refresh. We're gonna repaste this. Oh, there we go. We can just go to a translating website. Let's just do that. You gonna translate this, please? Yes. Okay. Does it change the translation? Number of explosive arrows, continuous damage. Okay. Let's do it. Sublimation change. Let me move my fat head again. Okay. Oh, wait for the Deadeye section? Oh, geez. Sublimation change. What does that mean? Oh, this is ascendancy changes. I see. That's what sublimation means. Wow, I guess it is a synonym. Ascendancy changes. 1. The champion ascendancy, perseverance, and remade it. It is now, when your melee attack hits a monster, get the maximum armor effect for 10 seconds. What? Which one is perseverance? Oh, no. It has to be fortitude, right? So what is the nerf to fortitude here? The champion ascendancy fortify has been remade. It is now when your melee attack hits a monster, get max body protect effect for 10 seconds. Is it when a monster hits you? The Google translation is better. It's the same that I've seen. It's, yeah, so the fortify node. So I'm wondering if that's saying that you don't have 20 fortify, but when you get hit by a monster, you have the effect as if you had 20 fortify. So it makes it so champions are tankier with fortify, but it means bow characters or ranged characters can never use it. I think that might be the nerf, which is a buff to melee skills on champion, a nerf to everyone else, which is fine. I'm okay with that. All right, I got you. Runs? Okay. Non-curse aura effect increase. It lowered from 30% to 20%. Banner skills have no banner efficiency. Oh, I see. Okay. So what it's saying here, this one's pretty simple. Instead of 30% increased effect of non-curse auras, it is now 20%, and banners no longer have no reservation. It has 100% increased mana reservation. So you reserve 5% more mana for the exact same build, and you have 20% increased non-curse aura effect, which is still good. I mean, if that's all the nerfs to champion, it's not. If those are the only nerfs, that's it's a nerf, but it's not terrible. Oh, that is the only nerfs to champion. Okay, champions are still viable. If you are a melee skill, you are 100% still just fine. It's still a very defensive ascendancy. If you make a copy of the Google Doc, you can go to Tools, Translate. Original isn't edible. Wait, go to Tools, Translate Doc. What? Oh, I'm here anyway. Tools, citations, accessibility. I don't see it. If you make a copy of the Google Doc. Oh! Make a copy. Okay. Oh! I didn't know that. Thank you. Translate. Oh, whoops. English. Ugh, cancel. God damn it. Tools. Translate. To English. Translate. Thank you. All right, boys. We have real patch notes here. Okay, if I had to guess, this is what you're going to see. These are not patch notes. This is what you're going to see in the balance manifesto. I think that's what it's going to be. I think. Yeah, fire trap, duration. All summon skills now have an attribute. The explosion damage of the summon skill is reduced by an additional 60%. Is that just a blanket nerf to minion instability? I'm surprised that, I'm gonna make it bigger for you guys. There you go. I'm surprised that's what we want here. All right. What else has been leaked? So champion got it. So when your melee attack hits a monster, you will gain. Oh, I see what it's saying. I see what it's saying. So you no longer have free 20 fortify. If you're a melee build, you have 20 fortify. That's what it is when you hit with a melee skill. So bow characters get fucked, which is totally fine. Melee is not affected. Champions are still totally viable. If you run any amount of banner effect, you're a-okay. The champion nerf's probably gonna be when they nerf armor inevitably. I haven't even read the rest of the leaks yet. I'm assuming they're nerfing like actual auras. Champion's a-okay. Don't worry. Champion lived. Tell me they are buffing Wild Strike for God's sake. Well, let's find out. Sharp Eye Ascendancy Infinite Ammo reworked. Your equipped projectiles are now assisted by a level 10 advanced multi-projection strong assist. So I think this is saying the Deadeye Ascendancy Infinite Ammo, which is the top one, right? Endless munitions. Okay, so endless munitions no longer gives +2 additional projectiles. Instead, it now gives a level 10 gem, like a support gem. Level 10. Oh, level 10 greater multiple projectiles. Okay, so instead of +2 proj, you now have greater multiple projectiles built into your ascendancy. Huh. It's lesser multiple projectiles 10. Oh, okay, well still. That is a nerf. Sort of. Is it a nerf? Yes, it has to be a nerf. Okay, it's a nerf in two ways. One, I think you have to pay the increased mana cost multiplier on that lesser multiple projectiles, and you have less damage because lesser multiple projectiles gives you that. So I read it as strong assist as you have greater multiple projectiles, in which case it would have been a great quality of life, but if it's lesser multiple projectiles, that is just a nerf. Okay. The focus point of Sharp Eyes, of Deadeye, Ascendancy has been reworked. Now it is Trigger Sniper's Mark, level 30. When an attack hits a rare or unique enemy, cooldown, the time is 4 seconds. So you have free mark effect. Interesting. Or free mark on hit. If an enemy is casted by you, if you cast the mark on an enemy, the damage caused by the enemies around it will be reduced by 25%. After the marked enemy is defeated, your curse will be transferred to another enemy. The mark does not consume mana. Ooh, okay. So they remade the mark effect node. So focal point is no longer 75% increased effect of marks. Okay, so the last two nodes are the same, but instead of 75 increased effect of marks, focal point gives a level 30. In fact, we can look at it now. So a level 30 assassin's mark. What do you get? You have 1.5% base crit, 59% crit multi. Cursed enemies grant 800 life when killed and 100 mana when killed, and you get a power charge. So as long as you play Deadeye against rare and unique enemies, you get a whole lot of crit. That is that node. You have crit. Is that better? No, it's a nerf. It's a nerf because not only does that pigeon you hole into Assassin's Mark when you may want to run Sniper's Mark before, which did just get demolished, because Sniper's Mark now has a 0.5 second cooldown to proliferate projectiles. RIP Spectral Throw! So now that got remade. Okay, that's a big nerf to Deadeye. I didn't realize Deadeye was the problem this league, but okay, Deadeye got demolished. The avoidance of elemental ailments from Veiled Goddess has been reduced from 50 to 35. So that's a Raider nerf. Right? Yeah, Avatar of the Veil. Veiled Goddess. Okay. Avatar of the Veil no longer has 50% chance to avoid enemy elements. It's now 35%. That's totally fine and reasonable. 35% is still a lot and easy to cap. So there you go, kids. You now have a little bit harder time league starting Raider. The magic oh no, wait, hold on. I thought it was just a spell suppression nerf and I was about to like cheer for joy. Okay, so spell suppress rate of Quartz Avatar is reduced from 40 to 32. So Raider saw another nerf. Quartz Infusion is now 32% chance to suppress spell damage. Okay. All right. I mean, I didn't think Raider was the problem either, but I guess a lot of people league started Raider. Seismic, I'm fantastic. How are you? Okay. Secret, each crit... Oh, wait, Forbidden Power. So Forbidden Power is... Wait, what? This is so hard to read. Secret, each crit charge of Ascendancy Forbidden Power. Is that... Wait, is that Assassin? Are they buffing Assassin Boy? What would be... What's the Ascendancy? Do you guys know what Ascendancy that is? Forbidden Power. Forbidden Power. Is that an Ascendancy node? I don't think it is. Is that an Assassin? Or is it a Trickster? I'm trying to think what would be the equivalent. Occultist? Oh, what the hell? Oh, Forbidden Power. It's the power charge node. Okay, what's the note here? So your power charges, area of effect reduced from 6% to 4%, damage reduced from 6% to 4%. Okay, so Forbidden Power got nerfed. That makes sense. Occultist is not even the most powerful Ascendancy, but I think Occultist ranks #1 as like people's favorite Ascendancy, and Forbidden Power is the reason you should run Occultist. It's a really, really good node, and it's nice to see it nerfed a little. It's still a good node, but you're not going to have like this stupidly high area of effect for basically free. It's going to be, you got to work a little for it. So it makes sense. Thank you guys. Thank you. Didn't recognize the node name. Okay. The Ascendancy node of the Mystic Path to the Bone is no longer immune. Chilling and freezing effects because Russia has stopped gas supply. Now, obviously, Russia has stopped gas supply. That is a big, big nerf to East European players. You poor Ukrainian players, listen, I understand a lot's going on. Apparently, Path of Exile is feeling the need to input themselves into this political situation by nerfing skills based on how much gas Russia has stopped. Now, I don't know why they included this in the leaked patch notes, but there you go. So Path to the Bone is no longer immune. Okay, so that is Frigid Wake, right? Path to the Bone, Frigid Wake. There you go. I guess it's weird how you can like hear that in a translation. I was like, oh yeah, I guess that's how another person would translate that. So, no longer immune. Does that mean you cannot be frozen is getting removed? Chilling and freezing effects because something. So I basically, what we can gather from that is that Frigid Wake is getting nerfed, We just don't know how. They're removing something related to immunity. It might be they're probably going to be removing maybe immunity to chill or freezing, but this is getting nerfed, which makes sense. I mean, Creeping Frost was an insanely good build. So the cold damage and the Forbidden Power nerf, Occultist is seeing a lot of nerfs, but for you Occultist League starters who like going like Toxic Rain or something, or like Caustic Arrow and just mapping with it, Profane Bloom hasn't been touched. You're A-okay, don't you worry. Mystic Ascendancy, the cursed, oh, it's still getting nerfed. Oh god. The cursed enemy you or your summoned creatures defeat has a 40% chance to explode. Oh, that is Profane Bloom. Okay, so what's getting nerfed here? 40% chance to explode, 1/4 chaos damage is getting nerfed down to 25% chance to explode, 1/4 max health. Okay, so what it's doing is Profane Bloom is getting severely nerfed. Forget what I just said. Profane Bloom is going from 40% chance to explode down to 25%. Ouch. This is going to make mapping a lot harder on Occultist because there are other ways of getting chance to explode, like the Profane Bloom effect with those wands. You can now get up to, what is it, 60% with after the nerf? Is it 65% after the nerf? 55%? It's not good. That's a pretty big nerf. That's going to make mapping a lot less consistent on Occultist. The biggest nerf about that, though, is that without investing more into it, you could make previously Profane Bloom explosions proliferate. You could like chain them because you had enough explosions to make it work if you had fancy ways of doing it with like clusters. Now, not so likely. That really hurts. Occultist is gonna be rough, which means I'm probably gonna league start Occultist to prove Reddit wrong. But that's a pretty rough nerf, guys. Okay, Necromancer's getting nerfed. Hallelujah, boys! Necromancer's getting nerfed. What is it? The Summoner Ascension Devotion has getting reworked. All right, what's Devotion? I'm assuming that's Necromancer. It has to be, right? Okay, something about Necromancer's getting nerfed. It is now automatically trigger dedication skill of equipment every 5 seconds, and the effect of the dedication skill is increased by 30%. Oh, no, this isn't Necromancer. This is, Inquisitor. This is, oh, that's Devotion. No, this is Necromancer nerf, or this is, Inquisitor nerf. Okay. It is now automatically trigger Consecrate every 5 seconds, and the effect of Consecrate is increased by 30%. Ah, okay, so Pious Path. So effective conch ground is now 30%, and either the effects of it's changing, or something else is getting nerfed about like duration. Maybe they increased the duration, but I don't know. It's hard to read. That's what I read out of this, is that conch effect got reduced, and you automatically trigger conch every 5 seconds. But then it says Witch, so maybe I'm wrong. Is it the offering one? Mistress of Sacrifice. Oh, never mind. Forget everything I just said. I'm an idiot. Hisuma is godlike. He did call it. It is the offering skill effect. Okay, this is a Necromancer nerf. Okay, thank God. Thank God. Okay. Necromancer. So automatically trigger offering skills in equipment every 5 seconds. Oh my God. Wait. Okay, so they buffed it and they nerfed it. Now it has 30% reduced effect. The effect of offering skills increased by 30%. Okay, there's a couple of ways you could read this depending on how you want to read it. Okay, first of all, offering skills are now auto triggered, so you don't need the wand craft anymore. Hallelujah, boys! I love offering skills. So now, you Necromancers out there, you now have free block without a wand. Congratulations. You can now cap block easily. Offering skills. I'm assuming... Okay, so right now it's 50% reduced effect. I'm assuming they are nerfing that, or it sounds like they're buffing it. Something is changing by 30%. It could be that offering skills have 30% reduced effect on you, It could be that skill effect duration is going from 40 to 30%. There's a lot of things that could change about this, but having it just auto trigger is really, really nice. And it's every 5 seconds too, so you're never gonna run out. That is a massive quality of life for Necromancer. And as a guy who makes builds based on quality of life, I really, really like that. That's pretty nice. I did an Absolution build this league, so that makes it very, oh, even better. I just talked about it, my minion instability skeleton build I'm running right now. I have Bone Offering manually casted because I'm running a stupid scepter. This is just a great quality of life change. I love that. Okay, thank you for the Necromancer buff. Okay, so something is now, when you stand, there will be conch ground under your feet. Okay, so we're going to Inquisitor. If that's the only Necromancer change, you lucky motherfuckers. God damn you. You guys got away with so much. You got a buff. How did Necromancer get buffed? You guys, okay, fine. Necromancer's got a buff. All right, how are we nerfing Inquisitor? All right. When you stand, there will be conch ground under your feet, and the effect of the conch ground you generate will last for 4 seconds. That's the same. And Leon Xion Road, okay, is now the effect of consecrated ground you create is increased by 50%, and the blood recovery rate, the life recovery rate of consecration is applied to energy shield. Other health regeneration effects no longer benefit energy shields. Oh, that is a nerf. Okay, so this is the nerf. Okay, so it was Pious Path. So the new effect is that I think, wait, did they change that out? No, they didn't. Okay, so the 50% effect of consecrated ground is the same, but here's the big nerf. The consecrated ground you create causes life regeneration to also recover energy shield for you and allies. The nerf was that now they have another tagline on there for the top line. Now it's energy shield cannot be, what did they say here? Energy shield, no other health regeneration effects no longer benefit energy shield. So what that means is that the only way to regenerate energy shield from Pious Path is just with consecrated ground. In order to get more regeneration and energy shield, you have to scale consecrated ground. You can't just get more life regeneration. And that matters, and that honestly that really matters, and mainly because that affects Life's Oath, or Zealot's Oath, sorry. Zealot's Oath, life regeneration is applied to energy shield instead. This no longer takes the regen you would have gotten from Pious Path and apply it to energy shield. That's the big nerf. Is that enough to destroy Inquisitor? It's a big nerf. It's a big nerf because a lot of people who ran Pious Path saw the benefit of super regenerating their energy shield. So mainly this nerfs low life Inquisitors. So if you're like a Chevrons player that's kind of sucky, this will kind of crush you. But if you're like a true hybrid character, this doesn't really affect you. If you're running true hybrid, in fact, I'm gonna go so far as to say you're untouched. It's really the low life Inquisitors that got the nerf, which is fine. It's a big nerf. Yeah, it's a big nerf, but only to specific Inquisitor builds, low life builds. So as long as you're not low life and you don't have like a Zealot's Oath effect going on, it's actually not that bad, especially if you're true ES, or if you're true hybrid, like you actually use both life and energy shield. You can get more energy shield regen and be fine, but you can't get the double hybrid regen. Exactly. I'm gonna go so far as to say, maybe that's not a big enough nerf. A lot of people are still gonna run Inquisitor. It's still gonna be great. In fact, looking at all of these changes, this is an extremely light league. The only ascendancy, if that's all the ascendancy changes, because I see item changes here, how do we feel about this? To summarize, the ones who saw the biggest nerf was Deadeye. Rip Deadeye, you guys got demolished. If Endless Munitions does give lesser, sorry, I'm getting really nasally right now. If Endless Munitions does give lesser multiple projectiles and not greater multiple projectiles, that is just a less damage nerf. And Sniper's Mark got nerfed with a 0.5% cooldown, and Focal Point got nerfed because now it only triggers Assassin's Mark and not effective marks. Damn, you guys got demolished. Occultist got nerfed pretty heavily. Profane Bloom can no longer chain reliably. You just have some explosions. It's fine, but things are not going to get hit by it. Forbidden Power got nerfed, and Frigid Wake got nerfed, so that's pretty big nerfs for Occultist. Necromancer got buffed. I don't know why they buffed Necromancer. Offering skills are now just always triggered. You don't need that stupid Betrayal Wandcraft anymore, so you just always have it. So for those of you Necromancers out there, hey, congratulations, you are now probably going to be the most played Ascendancy next league. Champion got some nerfs. You have less banner effect, or your banner skills no longer have no regeneration or reservation. They just have 100% increased. So instead of 10%, it's 5%, and now you have 20% non-curse aura effect. And Fortify no longer works for ranged characters. You have to hit something with a melee attack, and then you get the Fortify. So that's just fine. Champions are still really, really defensive. And, oh, by the way, they didn't buff any Ascendancies. Fuck. Oh, God. Guys, if they go into next patch without buffing a single Ascendancy, people are going to hate them. It will be fine, but it'll take more to get where you want to be. True. If they go in with no buffs to anything, that's rough. I hope they make up for this in skill balance. I still have to read the rest of the patch notes, but just as is. I like the nerfs, don't get me wrong. I like it when things are nerfed in this game. I enjoy that aspect because I know how to build around it. But, wow, that was brutal. That was brutal in a sense of like, really? Not even a little bit of a touch on Gladiator or Trickster or Assassin or anything? Just Hierophant? Just nerfs? I don't know, man. No buffs? Yeah, I know. I don't think it's the final draft. Chill, guys. True. You know what? To be fair, that is true. This is a leaked draft. It could be this is just a list of nerfs. Maybe they don't even list buffs yet. They did buff offering skills on Necromancer, but we're gonna ignore that for a second. I'm assuming that this is not finished. If these are actually the released patch notes, I like the nerfed aspect. I wish they would just give a little bit of quality of life to things. Item changes. Let's move on. Duidre's elixir of good quality mana potions has been reworked. Oh, they nerfed Duidre's. Yo, boys. What is Duidre's for you newer players? Duidre's. Oh, they didn't nerf it. This is something that was never used. I thought it was the synthesis flask. I forget what it's called. I thought it was that one. No, this is the flask where if you use it, you get 3 charges of everything, and you lose life. Anyway, that's the Duidre's flask. All right, what's the change? Now it is 253% more recharges per use. Whatever, mana potion stuff. Okay, time shifted. In addition to 80% of the max energy shield when used, it will take 50% of max life of chaos damage, and the potion will obtain 1 to 3 minimum endurance charges, minimum frenzy charges. Oh, I see. Okay, so what they did with Duidre's elixir was now you don't just gain those charges, you gain minimum charges. So what that means is that if you use like a discharge build or a cast on death build, discharge build, you can't use that for the super kill. It's for cast on death build. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. It's mainly nerf cast on death, and you know what? I think, would it nerf discharge builds? When I remember running a discharge build once a long time ago, and I used this flask to get the map started for me to get my charges. Yeah, it just nerfs discharge, which by proxy nerfs whatever. Anyway, that's fine. If that's what it takes, whatever. Ring of the Soul. The physical damage of Moonstone Ring has been reduced from 350 to 100. That has to be. Is there a unique Moonstone Ring? Hold on, I'm forgetting. This is nerfing this is not just nerfing Moonstone Rings. What's the nerf here? What's it nerfing? Am I dumb? I don't know what it's nerfing. It says Moonstone Ring. Ring of the Soul. The physical damage of Moonstone Ring has been reduced from 350 to 100. What has 350 physical damage? Is it, Time Clasp? No. I don't know what it's nerfing. All right, next. The resistance reduction of Flesh Fusion Cobalt Jewel. Ah, this is the, is this the Skeleton Mage Jewel? has been changed from a fixed value to a percentage. Oh, no, it's not. This is melding. Melding of the flesh. Oh, melding nerf. It has been changed from a fixed value to a percentage, which is the same as that of light of destruction. Oh, they nerfed melding. God bless. Oh, it's a ring. Shoot. So I don't know how they're nerfing melding, but they're nerfing melding. So instead of a flat 80 to 70, is it your resistances are reduced by 80 to 70%, like flat? Not flat, but it's like a percentage decrease? Is that the nerf? It's a pretty big nerf if that's how it works. That means instead of going, instead of needing like 75 plus 60 plus 70 here to cap resistance, it's 75 plus 60 times 1.75. Okay, that's a pretty big nerf if that is. It's the same as annihilating light. Okay, thank you. Ah, what? No idea about this one. Yeah, it's the same as annihilating light. So did they buff it? The resistance reduction has been changed from a fixed value to a percentage, which is the same as that of annihilating light. I don't know. Kind of see the effects of it. I don't really. Whoops, did I press the wrong button? I did. I'm so sorry. I'm speaking into your left ear right now, probably. There we go. Now we're fixed. Oh, geez, that was a weird. You pressed one wrong button. Reduced resistances on the staff. Reduced resistances on the staff. I don't get it. Are you telling me that, hold on, 60 to 70% reduced elemental resistances, melding of the flesh, 80 to 70% elemental resistances. What does that mean? How is it the same as annihilating light? What's it trying to say? The resistance reduction of melding of the flesh has been changed from a fixed value to a percentage, which is the same as that of annihilating light. I understand it's a translation. I just don't know what they're trying to come across. All right, next. Orosius Summoning, Demon Warrior, has a +1 second cooldown. Dust Return, this is so hard to read. Dust Returns Blue Cobalt build is on par. So this is a, what it's saying, okay, so this is saying From Dust. What From Dust does is, is that To Dust or From Dust? This is a very important distinction. Dust returns from dust or to dust. I don't know. Anyway, this is actually a jewel I'm using right now on my build. It makes it so summon skeletons gives a +1 second cooldown. I'm assuming they are changing the skeleton mage jewel. The nerf that's going to happen is now you have a cooldown on it, which is fine. It's still strong. It's just going to make your mapping a little more frustrating. You're just not going to have that. You're not going to have that super smooth gameplay experience. You're going to have like a little bit more awkward. You'll see it on my video on the summon skeleton minion instability build I have going. I have that exact jewel From Dust that they're talking about with that +1 second cooldown. I use it well because minion instability needs time to kill your skeletons anyway, so I use it to the best of its ability. But to have it always happen to any time you ever summon skeletons, that's a pretty big nerf. It also makes it so it's harder to summon a lot at once. I think it's a fine nerf. It's not the kind of nerf I like to see, because I like a lot of quality of life in my build, and this just takes away quality of life, and I don't really like that. It's not the same at the moment, but it will be changed to that. You need triple the LE res. Okay, hey, if they just nerf melding of the flesh, I'm happy, okay? I wanted it to be nerfed anyway. It's a-okay. Geometry moment. True! Phantom Light Shield has been changed from Recover Energy Shield. Oh, Aegis! Oh, Aegis got nerfed, boys! What's gonna happen? What's gonna be? Aegis has been changed from Recover Energy Shield when blocking, the value is 2% of armor, to Gain Energy per second after blocking in the near future. Shield recovery equal to 2% of armor. So what it's saying is that Aegis is no longer giving you a flat 2% energy shield every time you block. What it's saying is that when you block, you regenerate 2% energy shield per second based on your armor. It's still a great shield. It is. It's still a really, really good shield. It's just making it so that you're more like regen based energy shield and not like super instant recovery like old Vol Pact kind of recovery where it's like flickering, your energy shield's flickering. You're not gonna have that effect. They gave it like the Vol Pact treatment where it's more regen, but now it's like you gotta give it a second between every hit. It became recoup to gain on block. Wait, did I not read that right? Did you have it backwards? It became, oh, I see. Okay, I see. I'm reading your statement backwards. Yes, it became recoup. Yep, that's how it works. Sure, fine. I have no problem with that. I never really liked Aegis anyway. I hate like the Vol Pact, like the old Vol Pact design where it was like your health is constantly flickering up and down. I like either slow regen or slow degen. That's how I like to have my health. So now I may actually use Aegis next league because I like that effect. So hey, thumbs up for me. 7. Dawnbreaker is now... Oh, they nerfed Dawnbreaker! Get fucked. Dawnbreaker is the skill where... Or is the shield where you got like a bunch of... everything is taken as fire. Cold, lightning, physical. It was a really, really good shield. Now is... Or it was 10% into 20%. 8 to 10... Ah, okay. So now instead of everything being on Dawnbreaker, and instead of everything being 10 to 20% cold, lightning, physical damage taken as fire, now it's just a flat 8 to 10% or flat. Now it has a range of 8 to 10%. That's a pretty significant nerf. Dawnbreaker was very, very good. Is it still good now? I mean, don't get your hopes up. It's not great. It kind of struggles. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't nerf the block. The block is really, really good. Like, just the base block on the shield, you get 50% chance to block. I thought they were going to go for that and keep the unique effect, but no, that unique effect just demolished it. They want to take away defenses. How are they going to award players? It's fine for them to nerf defenses because defenses were too strong. I'm totally okay with that. Especially in the hardcore solo self-found environment, shields needed a nerfed anyway. Like, shields are way too strong this league. They needed nerfed. So this makes sense. I just thought they were gonna nerf like shields in general, not like super nerf Dawnbreaker. Like that's how I thought it was gonna work. But hey, they're gonna nerf shields anyway. All sockets are, oh wait, hold on, what? All sockets are white to slot color cannot be changed. Wait, what? All sockets are white. Is it talking about tabula? To slot colors cannot be changed. Oh, is this a skin of the Lords nerfed? No way, right? Skin of the Loyal. No, that wouldn't matter. Sockets cannot be modified. No, that wouldn't matter. Why are they nerfing tabula? No way. I don't know what it means by that. Maybe somebody could have a different translation, but I don't think that means anything to me. I can't think of anything. Maybe it's like a harvest nerf where instead of sockets can roll. I don't know. To do buff content, you need 90% all res, just saying. Well, if they nerf all this, hey, you're gonna find a different way to get it, aren't you? Gotta be clever. Gotta make Ubers actually Uber. Talent changes. The corresponding attributes of ultimate power, ultimate speed, and ultimate wisdom have been increased from 8% to 4%. And corresponding attributes have been increased from 40 to 30. Talent changes. What is ultimate power, ultimate speed, ultimate wisdom? Is that this? Is that transfiguration? Hold on. What's transfiguration again? No, that wouldn't affect that. Stat stacking notables? Oh. Utmost might. Ah, gotcha. So instead of 8% increased strength, you now have 4%. You know what? You know what that tells me? You know what that signals me? Here's what it tells me. Stat stacking this league was powerful because of the boot mods, right? If you were a deck stacking spectral throw character, you had the deck stacking boots. If you were an in stacker, you probably had the in stacking boots. If you were a strength stacker, you had the strength stacking boots, right? Or like the weird replica Alberon's Warpath or whatever those boots are called. This tells me that they not only think attribute stackers are too strong, They think attribute stackers are too strong without the boots. And that doesn't seem right. I think what they're going to do is they're going to make the boots have an ability to roll those stats without recombobulators. Or recombinators, whatever you want to call it. I call them recombobulators. I think what it's doing is now you have the boot mods in the general pool somewhere, and they considered stat stackers to be too strong with those boot mods, so they're nerfing this. I think that's the logic behind that. Indirect omniscience nerf? I hope they nerf omniscience. I want them to take it out of the game. I think it's way too good, personally. Other changes. Blessed Rebirth has been reworked. It is now 20% increase in max HP of minions and 50% reduction for minions created recently. This is a summoning jewel. This is a cluster jewel node, right? Okay. That's okay. Wow, minion instability got destroyed, didn't it? They really hate minion instability. What is going on? I thought minion instability was going to be safe this league, but no, they destroyed it. My guess is, because we haven't got to the skill gem buffs or nerfs yet, my guess, part of their balance manifesto is that maybe they want to change it so minions are easier to keep summoned, so they increase the max life of everything, and that's why they have explosions deal 60% less damage. Maybe all minions just get 50% more life. That's my only guess for why they're doing this, because there's no way minion instability is that good. Skelly Mage nerf too? Well, that's okay, fine, but don't nerf all minions. Listen, it is an unspoken rule. It is a law of Path of Exile, okay? Minions must always be a good league starter, okay? Okay, that's a rule. And right now they're kind of really nerfing that, so who knows? Maybe minions aren't gonna be meta for one league in a fucking century. Small jewels that improve the retention of mana. Oh, reservation, right. A reservation has been reduced from 6% to 4%. Oh, they nerfed aura stackers. Get wrecked, aura stackers. All right, who cares? Aura stackers care, but I don't. Enlightenment Stone. Effectiveness increased by 60 to 70%. While a potion is in effect, no potion charge has been decreased to 30 to 4%. While the potion is in effect, the potion will not be charged. Ah, so that's what they're talking about are the kindling orbs? Enkindling orbs? The ones that you use on flasks. Now, the increased effectiveness is nerfed a lot from 60 to 70 to 30 to 40. Okay. I don't have a problem with that. People were doing like ward loop builds with it. They were doing like builds where you just automatically regen all life to full with like Pathfinder. It was stupid. It needed to get killed. This kills it. I'm happy. Mage Blood nerf? Minor. Mage Blood is still incredible, dude. Hey, if you want to sell me your Mage Blood for cheaper, I'll buy it, okay? Hey, this does not change much, all right? Haven't they always been meta though? Minion builds are always S or A tier every league. Yes, but minion instability is not. It's okay. Popcorn is an okay build. It's just, I'm surprised they would nerf that so heavily compared to everything else. Assuming this translates correctly, the explosion nerf might not be a minion instability thing. It might be like just damage reduction. I don't know. It could be just Skelly Mages nerfs all around. I can't read it right. Oh! Ashes of the Stars can only be dropped from level 85 World Eater. Crystal Omniscience can now only be dropped by level 85 Burning Governor. Fuck. I'm out of music. Hold on. I'm gonna season 1. Yo. Guys, I can't believe this. They made a rarer. Oh god. Okay, I hate this change. I'm sorry. I hate this. Omniscience is way, way, way too good. Even if you made it as rare as a Headhunter, it's still too good. Okay? Ashes of the Stars is still really, really good. It's a divine sync. Okay, sure. Just like Replica Forbidden Shaco, it's a divine sync. But it's still too good, but it's less too good than Omniscience. They didn't nerf Omniscience. God damn it. Drop chance better be higher. I don't care about the drops chance. I just care that it's so powerful that every single elemental hit build in the game now, because you're not going to go, because attribute stackers, because you nerfed the assassin's mark with a cooldown, attribute stackers are now going to be much, much weaker than before, and now omniscience builds are going to shine as really the only elemental hit build options. Mage Blood and Headhunter are also broken items. Well, guess what? They also don't drop from a specific boss. I feel like if it's like a Searing Exarch, or sorry, Burning Govna build or item, it feels like it should be appropriate for like a target farmed boss. It's a target farm unique that's also arguably the best unique in the game. Blah, what about Mage Blood? Blah, blah, blah. No, Omniscience is the best unique in the game, bar none. I think it just makes or breaks builds, and that's all. Oh man, what do I like about this? I think, well, how about this? What is this? I think this whole document is a summary of all the nerfs we're gonna see in the patch. I think these are all the nerfs. I think this is everything. I think everything else we see is buffs. That's my bet. That feels right. I think whoever leaked this went out of their way to summarize all the nerfs in the game and nothing else. Also, rip Tornado Shot for some reason. Yeah, rip Tornado Shot. You got absolutely destroyed. Wow. I didn't realize Tornado Shot was worth absolutely removing from the game, but they did. So there you go. I'm just being selfish. I couldn't kill the Ubers, but got ashes off of regular. Oh, I see. I see. Fuck Tornado Shot anyway. Well, sure. Hold on. Nobody can be happy about removing Tornado Shot. Meanwhile, Omniscience is still like something every single person and their mother is going to put in their goddamn elemental hit build. Oh, they put it in every build now. I had an excuse not to use it this league because I like attribute stacking. And when you attribute stack, you don't want to use Crystallized Omniscience, obviously. So I get it. But, oh, man. Oh, that's so disappointing. But besides that, the rest of the nerfs I like that they removed the stupid ward loop thing, or not even just ward loop, just immunity for Pathfinders. I like that they nerfed Dawnbreaker. I like that they nerfed Aegis. Mage Skellies are destroyed. I still don't know what this changes. The Ring of the Soul thing. They nerfed Cast on Death or whatever. What else? Oh, they nerfed Occultist. If those are all the nerfs, what is the summary of this? Well, I hope to God they give a lot of buffs, because if that's all the nerfs they do, it's not enough to change the meta. Right now, if those nerfs went in with no buffs or anything, here's what would happen. Everybody would play Necromancers, just without Skelly Mages. Everybody would play Champions. Everybody would play Inquisitors without low life, so non-low life Inquisitors. People would stop playing Deadeye completely because Deadeye got absolutely destroyed. In fact, oh my god, bow skills got destroyed this patch. Focal point got changed. We'll generously call it a change. But Sniper's Mark got the projectile proliferation demolished. Like, it's going from like my Spectral Throw Deadeye used mark effect and everything. Like, it specifically addresses the Spectral Throw build more than anything else, I think. Spectral Throw's dead. Like, you thought it was dead before this league when Mathel, like, tore it out of the ground in its coffin to make it alive again. He Frankenstein Spectral Throw to make it viable. Spectral Throw is dead. I don't know what else you're gonna do to make it work. I think it's truly a foregone skill. It could be that they're buffing it. It's a possibility, but if the nerfs just went in as is, it's dead. To your message, did it actually touch or an emergency scare? Oh, also. I don't know what you're saying. Sorry. Tornado Shot is unplayable? Absolutely. They're just killing builds. Pepe hands. Yes, good. I want it to be a bloodbath. Listen, I'm one of those people. I want everything to get nerfed. I loved Expedition League. Give me that Expedition League every league. I love nerfs. My problem is that they didn't nerf everything enough. You want to know my opinion? Here's my hot take. Take the Deadeye nerfs, apply that same level of nerf to Necromancer, and watch the community crumble. +2 mid-level of all minion gems, guess what? You now get a free minion life gem. There you go. That's your nerf. No, I think that the nerfs don't go far enough on Inquisitor. I think the nerfs don't go far enough on Champion. I think the nerfs go an appropriate amount on Occultist. I think they nerfed it fine. Maybe a little too hard, but it's fine. Deadeye got nerfed a little more than I would want it to. The Endless Munitions nerf in particular. Ouch. Sniper's Mark nerf. Ouch! Yeah, that's my problem. Like Omniscience? Dude, Omniscience just being rarer? Come on, dude. Come on, just Omniscience getting barely touched. Just not even touched. They're just like, oh, guess what? You can't get a lucky drop anymore. It's still super rare. It's like, oh, god damn it. Everyone's gonna use Omniscience still. A tornado emergency means... Oh, that's right. You were in a tornado emergency. I mean, Inquisitor has mainly Melding and Aegis, and both of those were hit. Were they? Aegis was hit in the sense of like old Volpact was hit, where it's like you can't like flicker your life anymore. You just get regen, which is fine because with Pious Path you're still regenning a lot. The main nerf was to like Zealot's Oath. That's the big nerf here. But that only affects low life characters. If you're not a low life character, you really didn't see a nerf on Inquisitor. So was it really nerfed? Sure. Yeah, Melding and Aegis got nerfed, but you can build past that. In fact, you could even go so far as to say the Melding nerf is even better, because if you do something like... You know what skill... Okay, you know what skill got away with murder? You guys want to know what skill got away with murder? Absolution. Absolution got away with murder. Absolution is arguably one of the best league starters in the game in this patch. Got 0 nerfs. Unless there's some minion nerf in there that doesn't account for this. It got a pretty big buff. Because remember, Absolution builds run Doriani's prototype, which is negative lightning res. Well, the best way to get negative lightning res is Melding of the Flesh, which then gives you now more negative lightning res. So I'm going to argue that Absolution got buffed unless there's some nerf I don't know about. So, hey, for you necromancers, hey, not only do you get an Absolution buff, you don't even have to run wands anymore, motherfuckers. You got offering for free. Absolution is easy mode? Hell yeah, it is. And they got a fucking buff. I really, okay, here's what I do love. This is what I loved most about this, and this is what kind of throws me off from the rest of the nerfs. Mistress of Sacrifice giving you free offering triggers without using the Wandcraft on Betrayal. That's really good. That's like a huge quality of life buff. That makes me want to do a minion build, because the minion build I'm running, here, I'll even show you my minion build right now. It's gonna be the next video. Ooh, sneak peek. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. Log in. Yep, pop goes the Bone Boys. Okay. Nasally. Okay, so this is what's going on here. So this is my build. Let me give you an example of what this offering skill is going to change, okay? So this is my Minion Instability Skelly Bros, right? Whoop! Pop goes the Bone Boys. Super good, right? Well, I am using a where is it, bone offering, but I don't have an auto trigger for it. So while I'm mapping, my dumbass is going T like every now and then, right? Like maybe 5 times a map, and it's annoying and it's dumb, but now they automatically trigger. So hey, this build may be stronger, maybe weaker. I don't know how exactly they're gonna nerf skeletons, or if they're just nerfing skeleton mages, but like this is kind of what I've got planned anyway. So it's something worth considering. Look in the Discord real quick. Okay. Oh, the video that you showed that I'm not going to show on stream. Okay, I got you. Anyway, everyone, I think that's going to be the end of the stream. Who are we going to raid? We're going to raid Sarushi, because I like Sarushi. Everybody, I hope you had a great day. We are gonna be ending the stream now because we talked to her a long time. This is a long adventure. Anyway, be really nice to Sarushi. He's super awesome. Nostromo, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. I am so glad you guys tuned in for the leaks there. I'm super excited to post a new video soon. Leak Start's gonna be amazing. Have a good day. Goodbye!